Someone play.
Last time, Miss Adventures of Rams.
Recording, Aaron?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You all
Sage,
actually
stop playing Risk of Rain.
really didn't do much.
No.
Yeah, okay.
You all traveled and
I can multitask.
you made shit. That's pretty much everything that happened last session.
And then we will travel more.
Yep.
And make more shit. Maybe.
That's the plan.
Yeah.
Rin, have you solidified the map crafting at all, or not?
I have not. I've not had time to do. I've more or less had all today, but
You've had all the time since you last complained about it.
still, I haven't really done that yet.
Well, no, I sent the map crafting. We just kind of winged the last time, so I went and found like an actual like table for it.
Okay.
Sent it to him.
Magical maps.
Magic. Ho ho is magic.
You know something else about the song I don't know. It's magic. Ocean sea encounters. So, how y'all doing? At this point, you all are getting on the ship.
Yeah.
That's
What is the vessel?
what you say.
What? Get on boat.
You get on the boat.
I have to remember how to do this. Found the voice. Get on the boat.
We're on the boat.
Oh,
Boat is boat.
are we gonna have to do these 13 days or 33
33.
days there, like in game? Like
In
real
character
time?
and in person.
real time.
So,
Definitely. I'm waiting. I'm open.
This boat takes a while to leave, don't it?
well,
Takes
you
us
also, it does take a long time. Due to, they have to, you remember the system to where they sent you down a massive chute. They have to send you up said massive chute. And it takes a long time to fill up with water. For some reason. But that's pretty much the longest wait that you need to make.
Other than the travel.
Yeah. The travel I don't count.
Oh, you didn't count it? Sweet.
I don't count as wait time because you're moving.
So I don't age.
You do.
Oh,
You do, only.
You age faster because you're going up.
huh. Okie dokie.
But the ship's name would be the Big Terry.
I call the ship Terrence.
It is a fairly large frigate.
Hey, why are we traveling on a frigate?
Because this is
We-
the
we
cargo
paid
A
ship.
military vessel.
Yeah, that's the thing. You don't know why. It's the cargo ship that someone is more or less like, yep. Gave the thumbs up for.
Wait, frigate isn't one of the sea travel things.
It isn't. It's a technically the closest thing to it would be a
Oh shit.
I can't remember the name of it.
Sailing ship.
Long ship.
Long boy.
Are we talking about the Viking longships?
No.
Because they did not have that much storage space.
This is a English longship. Close to a warship, but not exactly.
Better than a warship, apparently. In speed.
Warship has more guns. Longship has less guns, but long. And more carry. But first thing that we're gonna do on the first few days of travel is the fun bit. Who wants to roll me a D100?
Oh, Ryo does.
There you go.
He's
Oh, there we go.
I guess you still have access to his character sheet. I'll take that away.
What if you get some combat?
It's possible I'll play him. As in, he's
Will
gonna
you,
stay
though?
asleep. No, he's gonna be asleep, sitting in the corner. Sad, but also asleep.
Sleeping sadly.
Reading his newspaper and glasses.
Go ahead, re-roll that, please.
Why? Why?
Because I said so,
Coward.
motherfucker.
'Cause it doesn't work.
It does, I just don't want to do that one.
Oh.
You bitch.
What?
Ooh.
Why don't you just pick an event then?
I don't want to do that one. I like slightly random. Slightly random. Hmm.
Hmm.
So, while traveling, who would be on top deck? Ryo isn't, and Savant. They're not.
Crazy.
I would be.
I would be.
Yes.
I would
Well,
be.
everyone else is, yeah. Carving various things.
With the
And
spare
or
wood.
book.
Carving in the spare wood.
Yeah.
You all, along with a multitude of other people, at least people that have a 15 in passive, see just a chunk of gray goop just floating by.
Oh, I don't have a 15 passive.
Can I use Mage Hand to scoot some of it up to see what it is?
As you scoop it, it is a liquid, a gooey liquid. As it's a considerable amount, just floating on by as you just scoop it up and
Right.
just
Yeah, you scoop up a little bit in the hand and then inspect it.
as you get close, you can't smell it, so it's a sticky,
Getting
considerably
the Mage
sticky.
Hand and then bringing it up and
Yeah.
inspecting it. How can I not get to it?
You can't smell it. That's what I'm saying. And like in the sense,
Oh,
it is a sticky
right.
substance.
Okay. That it?
That's the
I'm
big
going
thing.
to. If he's inspecting it, I'm gonna walk up and be like, let me see this for a second. I'm gonna see if it's any
Yeah, I
type
can't
of,
smell, so
any type of plant or anything with my herbalist kit.
It would be more or less, yeah, both of you make nature checks. I have to double check on what it was. Herbalist kit would not help in this situation.
Okay.
Team.
My nature's not very high. I think it's really funny that nature is
Yeah.
an intelligence stat and not a wisdom stat still. When-
What's your knowledge of plants and stuff, less of the Yeah, that's the words I was looking for. Knowledge plants. You would learn. This is more or less like kinda upjug. Something
Updog?
along with if you digged deeper into the foam, this goo in the
Is it
sea,
whale vomit?
you could more or less.
This is valuable shit.
It's very flammable. But if you
Valuable.
if you dug into the goop, you would most likely find some byproduct of the whale's digestive system. That being ambergris.
Hamburger.
Are you knowing this? Kafra, you would know this is most likely whale vomit. Or you know there's most likely ambergris in that goo.
Oh yeah, I'm going hunting right now. That shit's worth a
Just
lot.
jump off the boat into the vomit.
Why are you looking in the whale puke?
Money.
What?
It's well known whales like to eat gold. Delicious.
I see. Do you want help?
Yeah. There should be little nuggets of things. It's worth a lot of money. So. I got fucking lot.
Alright.
Yeah. Like in real world, right? A block could be worth 70 grand.
Yeah, ambergris is worth a lot.
Like a single like hand-sized chunk is worth 70 grand. Fucking stupid. Oh, that's great.
Don't they make
Gonna
perfumes
cast-
and shit out of it?
Yeah, they do. Yeah, that's why it's
I'm
expensive.
gonna cast Conjure Animals and try to get something sea related.
Oh,
Try to. Let me get
Because if I don't, I'm gonna keep casting it.
just
sea.
get some apes and they just start drowning.
They don't know how to swim. Ooh.
Oh, so they get
Yeah,
to be an
but if
idiot.
they're not, if they can't swim, I'm just gonna summon it. I'm just gonna cast it again until I get something that can.
Alright, so it summons beasts, and let's go with
There we go.
filter.
Got the voice.
It's a 1/8, right?
Yep, it's CR18.
Yeah. I will ask the ship captain if he has a fishing net I could borrow.
Yeah.
Yeah. While you're like in the middle of asking him is when all the animals get summoned.
Catch me some food too, yes.
Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Roll a d5 because there's only 5 coastal or underwater monsters.
That's not.
That's what I do. If you're in a certain environment,
Yeah, that makes sense.
Unless art suggests cows.
Yeah. Let me see if there's
well,
a
no,
cow.
they were underwater cows. That's the thing.
Underwater
Or
cows,
I mean,
yes.
underground cows. Shush, your mouth.
Let me see if there's sea
So,
cows, you know?
You
So-
see as snakes, just sea snakes, just start floating.
You see.
Bring me the nuggets.
Bring me the nugget.
You see as the snakes just circle, making sure that the vomit doesn't get too far away, and they just slowly start to bring it towards the entirety of the goop of vomit, just slowly towards, as some of them dip in, trying to grab whatever's inside. I will make a check for these poor fucking.
Wait, fucking
These
flying
poor,
snakes.
these poor fairies that got summoned here and forced to dig through whale puke.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just like looking at things. Apparently, flying snakes have a swim speed. The fuck?
Snake.
It was a flying snake.
Yeah, but all snakes can swim, unless I
Things
think
that
it's the one weird desert snake that moves sideways.
Weird.
That more
Special.
effective at swimming, but you know.
D4. There we go.
It's just a snake with wings. If a snake without wings can swim, there's no reason that the wings would prevent them from swimming.
If they get wet and then they can't.
Then they can't fly after they get wet. It has nothing to do with them being able to swim.
Not if they're like bat wings.
Seems like a poor life choice.
Alright, so the snakes end up popping out and letting the rest of it drift off as you see 3 of the snakes have a nice chunk, not too sizable, but a good little bit in their mouth, just looking up
Okay.
at you.
Can I try and fish the rest of the vomit, see if there's anything I missed?
With a fairly long pole, and they roll actually fairly high. As you sift through, there is none left. They've got pretty much all of it. Well, they got all of it, not pretty much.
Cool. Just to make sure. And then I will bring them up with the fishing net. It's the most efficient way of doing it, right?
Like, they drop the little bits, and more or less, it's not a pound, but it is about half a pound of ambergris.
Hamburgers.
No.
Alright,
You
well,
found half a pound of hamburgers in the vomit.
I don't know what to do with this. If you want to be the one to develop it, we can split it 50-50.
We need to find someone to buy this. We may be holding on for it for a while.
That's fine.
That's more or less. If you don't know what ambergris looks like, that's what it looks like.
Looks like a rock.
Yep.
I know what a hamburger looks like.
Okay.
Thank you for bringing me the nuggets. You may all go back to not going through whale puke now. I drop concentration on the spell.
They nod and then just poof.
Benefits of not being able to smell.
It isn't the best smelling thing, but it's not the worst smelling thing.
See, but I can put my nose in my mouth and not have to smell.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
for your descriptions, it is a solid waxy substance. It is just a rock that is weird, and also Art, you would know it's flammable. It's actually very much flammable. You could light this shit on fire.
Okay, I will put that in one of the pouch slots then so it doesn't get caught on fire.
Yep. Smart. Also, you know that it's produced by sperm whales.
Wow.
Wow.
Also, it kind of does smell like shit for the people smelling it. It's not that bad, but it's not the best. It's not good at all. But ocean shit is what it smells like right now. Because it's fresh.
It needs to get processed.
Well, no, once it's freshly produced, as in once it's been puked, it just smells like shit. Literally. In the descriptions, it just smells like shit. For a little bit, at least. But yeah. Did you travel a bit farther? Please roll me another D100.
And the conversations don't matter. That would really just where you're from, sort of things.
Yeah, you could
I wanna
also
say
have your
convers-
you could have your conversations whenever you want.
Yeah, I can't find the voice right now though. I don't know why. It's just
11 days.
I don't know why. I can't find the kinda. I don't know. Alright, you're helping him learn to carve better, yeah?
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
Okay, so just whenever you're giving him like a lesson or whatever the fuck. So Art, no, I haven't asked this before, but where are you from, if you willing to say?
Caldara? If you've heard of it.
Yes. Have I?
Yes, you know that your master's gone there at least once.
Oh yeah, the book. Yeah, I've heard of it. What's it like?
Not like anywhere else.
Isn't that anywheres but?
There are more of me than you would think,
Huh.
and everything.
Okay.
I just saw the city bitch over on the side.
Yeah, it's a place where you can pretty much do anything. You could make anything, find anything, but it's very exclusive.
Huh.
So I wouldn't, just saying, don't try and just walk in, because they will just destroy your boat.
Along with you on.
Could you go back if you wanted to?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Do you want to?
Not currently.
Alright. Weird question, I know, but is your kind like made?
Yes.
How does that work?
Get soul, put in a mill.
Huh.
I think that's as much as I can legally say. So.
Okay.
No,
That is the information I am allowed to tell you.
That's classified.
you know how it's been a wizard and all that, you know?
I mean, kinda. A lot of the time when I try to explain what I can do to people, they just kinda, or explain how to do it, they just kind of, they don't understand.
Yeah, most people would understand what you're talking about there. So you probably want to go there at some point, but you need to get ahead of time. You're going to need someone to vouch for you. So
Okay. Would you vouch for me if I wanted to?
currently I've only known you for like a few days, like 2 weeks or something. So
Several months.
It's several months.
has it been?
Several months during which you didn't see each other because you were both working in different places.
Oh,
We
no,
were both working in
several months
Kinderats.
to
Oh,
We've
yeah,
worked
we-
together for several months.
We've barely spoken. You know, we've said a couple of meals. So you know,
Okay. That's fair.
at some point maybe, but you know.
So how do you get your thumb like that?
My thumb.
Or like carving together? Just trying to follow your lead.
Oh, you need to make sure you have the leverage right, and make sure you smooth motions. You want to take off a little at a time. If you take off too much too soon, you've ruined the whole thing. So
So kind of like
slow and steady.
this.
Yeah, a little less, because you can't add wood. So unless you have
Hmm.
mending, you prepare it if you have mending. But that's
I'm gonna
just
cast mending on it and see how much progress gets set back.
You spend a minute.
Hmm.
You would mend the amount you would add to it. So you could grab the shavings off the floor and then put it on mend, and then it will just add that amount.
Cool.
Yeah. I wouldn't rely on mending though, because it's you get better work if you don't. So
Okay. You're gonna ask any questions back to him?
no.
Okay, well then that's the end of the scene then. Conversation.
I do have questions for Ripley now that I've actually been given information from the backstory I wrote before I got introduced.
Ask all your questions you want. Just say when you talk to him.
Probably whenever you hand me the turtle.
In 4 sessions.
Yeah, that tracks. Finish your total.
All right. Oh, that's a very good turtle. Oh,
Thank you.
on a different note, why did you want to go to Dragamascus?
I've been deep. I have one of Napok's old journals, and I recently I discovered that some of it was in code, and I'm thinking maybe some of his other journals were, and I can grab some of those.
So this does not have anything to do with a mythical land, or a paradise, or a magic doorway, or
I have a key.
do you know what the key is for?
No, but it was the last thing Napok gave me, so I don't know, maybe.
Do you mind if I see the key?
Mm, You can see it. It's also a bit of a riddle with it.
Riddle?
Riddle, yeah. It's not really a riddle, but saying, statement.
What is the statement?
Under the blue sun, beneath the full moon, there you'll find it. I don't know what it is, but thinking maybe it'll help. The journals, maybe. I can figure out what the key might be for.
Fair enough, because it has recently come to my attention that the item my family passes down shows the area we're asking to go.
Huh. Well, that's neat.
There's an old legend passed down along with the map of, it shows how to get to this sort of paradise.
This kind of sound like something Puck would be interested in.
I don't know. I know Deepak is your master, but I've never met him.
He's a very, I think he's a very nice man, but it's probably biased.
By the way, if you take the key out while I'm talking, I'm like sniffing it with the trunk,
Okay.
But I can't ask to do any checks until Rin gets back.
Okay. I identified it earlier, but I know it's magic.
have an idea that probably won't work. You see me, like, open up a bag and take out just a very unassuming, like, just plain leather map case and open it up and take it out. There's just this very old but well taken care of map, and you see it transition over about the course of a minute from this, like, just very general, almost badly laid out scrolling of what looks like a map into something else. But Ren needs to be here to describe to something else, because I don't know what it turns into, because it changes.
So we can wait a minute till he gets back.
Pretty much. I'd wait like 8 sessions to find out what the fuck the map was, even though I was supposed to know in advance because it's a family legend.
Yeah. Anyways, quick jump to another scene. Oh, Ren is here. Because then
Is he
he had to be able to drag him.
Did he try?
He could have just moved and forgotten to unmute himself.
Mhm.
Anything is possible.
It's
Or intentionally
possible,
didn't
but it would
unmute.
change him from idle to active on Discord.
Possible.
I'm
Unless
not
he
looking
has
at
it
Discord,
manually
so-
selected on idle.
It wasn't before.
Could be now.
Why would you select idle manually?
Because he
Well, if we
is-
go by my friend Carl's thought process, he likes the pretty colors.
No, okay.
But also,
likes to be
currently
in
he's
different-
doing building work, so he is technically idle.
Yeah, but I think it's really funny because Carl put himself on do not disturb, and I'm like, "Yo, are you dead or something?" And he's like, "No, I just like the red light."
Your friend Ren?
What?
Because Ren's always on red light.
No, Ren is always on gray light.
Yeah, same thing.
Ren is always on offline.
He's always dead. Got it.
Yeah.
The only time I ever put myself in offline is when it's 3 a.m. and Alexis starts messaging me like, "Hey, do you want to play something?" I'm like, "No, I want to sleep."
Yeah.
I know it's like 6 p.m. for you. It's bedtime. It's been bedtime.
It's usually when I'm in bed. I've been in bed for like 3 hours, and I start getting notifications, and I'm like, "Fuck."
Fuck off already!
Yeah.
Eh. Fuck
Yeah.
off.
But cutting to a different conversation, because might as well. Where are you from, Kafra?
Oh right, you weren't there when they found me. I from Estragalia.
Oh, okay.
My
That's-
family makes maps.
Oh.
Yes, I'm just sitting there for like this is just during the minute of just me looking at the map, watching it slowly change.
Yeah.
Yeah, my family we take contract work to map out different areas for different people.
I have a map. It's just a normal world map. I don't know who made it. It's just one of the things I grabbed.
We
Oh,
could
yeah.
ask if Ren was here.
Yeah. I have had to add a few cities myself on the map that aren't there. I think it's pretty old.
Could be, but currently I've left home mostly to try and just hone my skill because this the magic map's kind of been on the back burner for the operation, but
Like a family rite of passage thing, travel the world and
pretty
make a few
much,
maps. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I have only just reached adulthood, which is why I'm heading out now.
Okay.
I'm a mere my prime at 50, 52.
I'm 9.
I don't know how kobolds age.
Oh, we're usually mature around 6. So, like physically, not mentally sometimes.
Do you have a sub-century lifespan?
No. Technically.
And how long do you live?
About 120 plus. Around there.
That's not bad.
On average,
Like 16.
yeah, if we're being generous.
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
gonna sugarcoat it.
Outside of a very few odd travelers in Estringalia, most of the kobolds I know about are all from Dragamascus and are not treated well.
No, not usually. But my talk was nice. I don't think I would be I'm probably alive right now if it wasn't for him. All things considered.
I take it you used to live in Dragamascus then?
Yeah. Well, yeah. That's where I was hatched. Born would be, I guess, a relatable term. Yeah, I grew up in Dragamascus.
Was Napak your master turned teacher?
Mentor. Teacher, father figure.
Did he, as Art likes to say, rescue you?
I don't know.
I've never said that. So.
You have a couple times.
I wasn't
Say rescue.
bought.
You
If
have used the word rescue before.
I don't believe that's true.
I don't think I was bought. I mean, I was always in his care since the day I hatched till he left.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't know how the slave trade works. To be honest, I don't know why people need slaves when there's magic for that.
Some dragons just kind of like it.
Oh, so it's a king.
If that helps you think about it, yeah.
Silent king shaming.
From to who?
Yes.
To chromatic dragons.
Don't worry about it. I'm still just waiting on Rin to get back.
Yeah, that's the only reason why the conversation's going this way.
Yeah, sometimes it takes longer than a minute, but usually it's just a minute.
don't know, maybe it's taken really long this time because I don't know.
It's got maybe some performance issues.
Yeah. Maybe it has a virus.
It's paper. I don't think so.
Could have a virus on it. All it does, like virus particles.
Then we all die.
Yep.
The Hispanic leprechaun with an RPG.
I was about to say.
Somebody like message his brother and get his brother to join the call.
He can't. He doesn't have the role to join in Genesis here.
Yeah, but you can message him to get on Rin's computer and join.
Which one was his brother again? Brandon Smith.
You know what I think is really funny is what's with all the fucking Mighty Bean games recently?
Mighty what games?
All the games with characters that look like Mighty Beans, i.e., Fall Guys and Among Us.
Uh,
And then also there was Decadence, which is an anime where the main character where
That's
they are Mighty
because
Beans.
of the
Decadence
Mighty
was great. I liked it.
Parker. That's because the Mighty
I thought it
Bean
was good, but
movie.
I couldn't take the Mighty Bean moments seriously. Because they look like Mighty Beans.
Well, one of the characters looks like a Mighty Bean.
They look like Mighty Beans.
The humans don't.
No, the humans don't, but I'm talking about the moments where they're not the humans, because I couldn't take it seriously.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry, guys.
Alright.
Taking a minute.
Yeah.
I was
had to clean
I
some
was
eggs.
transitioning the map to see if well, Ripley showed me his key and I transitioned the map to see if it reacted at all to the key.
More or less? No. They didn't do anything.
What area currently shows?
What you mean? Oh, the same as before. More or less always shows the same area. Even with the key, close by. Question. Anyone have detect magic on?
Not right now.
Okay.
No, 'cause that's weird.
I would have tried using detect magic while when I first identified the map.
Yeah. But not at this current moment.
Okay, but
That's all I needed to know.
I was about to start trying a few different things since we have the key out.
Keys out. Keys out. Maps out. Both of you got things out.
Time to whip it.
Going to try some. I'm going to try. Well, I'm going to cast Detect Magic first, and then I'm gonna secondarily try to identify both of them to see if they react differently than they did before.
Then blood sacrifice.
I guess while he's doing detect magic, I can identify the key. See if it was different.
Well, both of them being if I'm guessing they're both being ritual casted.
Yep.
Almost No.
I'm a spell slot casting it.
Okay. With spell slot cast, the same thing happens. Both of the magical auras, so the ring, or not the ring, the key and the map are being amplified. Slightly. They're just a bit stronger whenever they're close by. If you move the key away, they get weaker back to where they normally are. But as long as they're very close by, like maybe a foot away from each other, just very close, the magical items are amplified.
Huh.
Alright. Also, when you say the same area, you gave me a list of areas that it showed before.
List of areas as in where they could be, where the map's
okay.
area could be showing. Yeah, I can't, not good at typing real good, but whenever I can describe things a bit better with voice.
Okay.
So the location could be in any one of those areas.
Oh yeah, he also showed me the world map he had. And he's like, I don't know who made it. Does it look familiar?
The world map, it looks pretty familiar. Looks like a dad's work.
Yeah.
Well, then I would have mentioned that while we were waiting for the map to transition.
Huh.
Like, oh yeah, I think that's my dad's.
Oh, so no Pokemon into your family.
Well,
If sure he could
Depends.
just bought it
is
from
my
a shop.
family? Does my family sell it general maps, or do they only do like custom order maps?
They do both. If it's like a world map, they'll draw it out. If people want good detailed maps, they'll draw it. If people know who they are and they'll find them out, or they do custom maps. Either way, it works for them. Business is business. But they mainly do if it's just like we aren't just gonna draw out a town, we'll do the world or a custom. Is more or less how it be.
Yeah. Does this look like one of the general ones or the custom one?
This is more like a general map.
Well, I don't think he knew my family directly. I think that's just
Well, he
That's
had a
just a
bunch of
general
other maps. He was a bit of an explorer.
well, then maybe, but from that map, I don't think that was a direct order from my family.
Another note about the map Ribley has, like, from about all the cities in roughly this area, all are X'd over.
I killed all the people.
And all the cities in the Dwarven place.
After I cast Detect Magic, though, I will say, like moving because you didn't actually let me hold the key, just like moving the map forward and back away from the key. I'm like, all right, well, they definitely react to each other.
Huh. What if we have them, like, touch?
I think that was included in what Rin was saying, was if they just amplify when they get in proximity, but do actually touching them together do anything?
No.
Different. Okay. It's just real strong.
They just get a bit stronger. Not real strong. It's not like I'm gonna double the power. It's more
Compare.
just
Okay. It's a little bit.
Are there more of these keys?
Not that I know of.
Alright, well,
Thought that part was good.
as far as I'm aware, there's only one of these maps, but I think it might show where we use the key.
It might. Well, let's go home more.
Has the map showed any more detail in the presence of the key, or still just the same amount of detail?
same amount of detail at the current.
Alright.
Well, now this just makes me want to go home more to find out what this is.
So, the place that it showed on the map, that area in Dragamascus is just one of the areas. I think it could be. There was a few others as well. Which now I have to go and find the list.
Just see.
Yeah. Damascus. There was could be in Aslan May, in that area, in that sort of central southern area in Dragamascus. Could also be in Nephilim or Gliminal. But Dragamascus is one of the areas that I think would be
Under the blue sun, beneath the full moon. There you'll find him.
under this.
Do you know anything about a blue sun?
I was about to say, do those words remind me of anything in relations to like geography? Under the sun, blue moon, everything.
Well, under the blue sun, beneath the full moon.
Oh, okay. I was hearing wrong. But does that remind me of anything, Ren?
Roll a religion check. Not geography wise, it's more just like.
Can I? As well.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Got that fat +1.
Who else is here? 27 helps out a little bit.
I'm there.
Go ahead and roll religion. You can roll with advantage to mine.
I would not have shown him the map if you were here.
Oh,
I imagine this was a bit more private.
never mind.
Okay, then I'm not there, I guess. I don't. I wasn't paying that much attention.
Either Art just died, or
He's sleep.
Did he just, like...
did he just
I
go
think he's just out.
just comatose sleep? Just hit his head, pass out. Now he's snoozing.
Yeah.
Well,
The people that I would like, the only other person that I would have shown the map if they were here would be Savant.
Apparently I'm sus or something.
you are very...
You are the imposter.
you are! By definition, you are.
I
Yeah,
don't know
but
if you know that.
actually, Savant and Zeke are the only other people I would have shown the map. And I only showed it to Ribley because he mentioned a key.
Hmm.
I love how Zeke's trusted. He's the mastermind the whole time.
He's
It's not so
actually
much
the
as
leader.
trusted as I think whatever his reaction will be entertaining enough to outweigh the risk.
Oh wow, that's pretty nifty.
Is Zeke actually just here now?
I think he woke up.
You awake? I'll take the silence as a maybe.
Maybe he just, like, took off his headphones. Oh, God.
That sounds about right.
It's just the snores that got me.
It's just a crew hand sleeping on deck.
Oh fuck me.
I thought robots didn't need to sleep.
It's that forced Windows update that happens.
Malcor suddenly gets a very superior sense, just a very, very overwhelming sense of superiority.
I see it as a forced Windows update. They shut down everything. It's not good.
Oh god, I fucking hate those where I'm like, alright, I'm gonna wake up and then in the morning I'm like, why is it updating? Oh no, why are all of my settings fucked up?
That's good to know. That's good to know, Kurt.
Is he still asleep or did he message you?
He messaged me.
Did he die?
He hears everything.
He hears all.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Well, let's do this then.
oh.
What were we doing?
Map.
Matt.
Yeah.
Oh
but,
yeah, religion roll.
You rolled a religion check. You rolled a
Yeah.
27.
You
I
rolled
I
a
did not.
crazy. With a 27,
I
it
just rolled a 16.
finally clicks. Not everything clicks, but mostly. Blue Sun, you remember something about hearing something. Something about a blue sun. Something to do with a religion. Something to do with a god. But you don't know who or what god. It just clicked. There is a god out there that is connected to a blue sun.
Malcolm, get him.
Gotta call God, man. Waddle over.
Get there when you hit. Find him when you hit level 10. Have him use fucking divine intervention. Yo, who's the blue sun? Where is he?
I think there is a blue sun. I think there's a god that has some iconography like that.
Do you know which god it is?
Looks towards Ren.
You do not. You just remember that there is a god like
Do you
that.
know the area the god is in?
That is also something you do not know. It's just something that it finally just clicked. Blue sun. God.
Blue Sun, God
From
stuff.
the fact that you do not remember
Not off
which
the
god
top of
or
my
where it
head.
is from, I
Yeah.
take it is not a Dragon Masked god.
No.
Would he know it's not a Dragon Masked
There are
god?
only 2 Dragon-masking gods. At least official, recognized. There are only 2 of that being the Platinum Dragon. Or, you got Bahamut and Tiamat. They're the 2. The siblings.
It's not Bahamut or Tiamat, no. So it's not an official religion of Dragomascus if it is in Dragomascus.
Alright. Do you
So
know,
the call. Go on.
can we eliminate any other official areas, i.e. from the list I mentioned before? Focus on the ones that we can't corroborate.
I think Liminal is about more spirits than like god, like what I'm thinking.
Well, there are also the gods do exist everywhere. It's just the official gods are of
It could be
Dragon-masks.
anywhere, but
There are just a lot of gods in Gliminal.
yeah.
Gliminal would be one of the places we cannot cross off the list.
Just a shit ton of
Yeah.
minor gods.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Gliminal would be the place we just cannot cross off the list.
Honestly, it could really be anywhere, including Dragomascus. The gods do have their influences everywhere. Like I'm a follower of Mistra. I'm from Dragomascus.
Yes, but I imagine for
Yeah, I'm
magical
finding out
doorways to
information
paradise
about
would
God.
probably be the main sect of wherever it is.
Yeah, that, and we could also, even then, we could just find information about what they might be. So, it might not be Dragomascus where we could find information about whatever god it might be.
Well, even if it's not in Dragomascus, or the god isn't, they're still better than Oak, isn't there?
And there might still be like more information and that Napak is gathered and hid in his coding. Really complicated. I've got little bits, but damn.
Also, just so you know, Sage, the real reason that you're sus, you have a Fox map. Swiper no swiping.
Mask.
Fox mask. Swiper no swiping.
Calm down, Dora. Okay.
On the map. On
We
the
can
map.
always just ask people. I might know more.
That depends on the people, because
I do want to
you
keep this
are
secret.
the only individual that we have notified, but we have this map. I
Oh.
only asked you, I only brought it up to you because I thought it necessary to tell me about the key.
Okay.
So I prefer this not be
Well,
mentioned.
I only told you about the key because I trust you.
Wrong answer. Stab.
I am
Big
the Senate.
mistake.
I am the Senate.
You are the second imposter.
I haven't killed anybody all game.
You said that one of the places that it could be is Dragmascus, right?
That's one of the places, yeah. Just in terms of the area that the map shows matches up with some geography there and in the other places.
Hmm.
That would be the thought process of behind that message, right, Ren?
Yeah.
Okay. Just making sure.
Well, this is good. This is good news. Good news. Good news. Okay.
I don't think
I'm nowhere near closer, but kind of am. Small locations. I didn't have a location before. Sounds good. Good.
I do still kind of want to go to Ristilis first. Big monsters.
Sure, we can do that. I know Napak had a few friends, and I can see if one of them might help me when getting some of his old journals to me.
Sounds fair enough. Actually, hold on. It's just getting Journal of Dragamascus. If we got it for you, we could work on it while we were going to Ristilis there. Or you could work on it. I'm not much one for encryption.
It's complicated. There is the last bit of information I actually got that was that made a sentence. That was like 4 layers of encryption of different ciphers and codes, and it was a lot.
Like I said, I don't know anything about encryption. I don't know if that's allowed or not. I'll tell you what, though.
It was a lot.
Wait, where was this journal actually located?
The one I have?
The one you were looking for.
Oh, he has a bunch of journals.
Yeah, but where were you trying to go to find them?
Oh, to my home in Nakomi. I will be.
We might have to do a little bit of convincing in that direction. I don't think the rest of us really. I don't think everybody else really cares where we're going, but Art and I both want to go to Ristilis, but that's a bit.
He said we can go there after Ristilis.
Yeah. I'm
If
fine.
I can.
Wait.
Yeah. If I can get a few of them over, I can see if they have anything if not, I can maybe rule out some times. 'Cause he has years and years of journals.
By the way, how many trees are there in Crystallis?
And Vestellis?
No, hold on. I meant Dragon Masters.
A lot.
There's a fair
Alright.
few. There's more than 6.
I can't do it yet, but when I get a little bit stronger, I can eat us through some trees back there.
Tree teleport. Go. Run.
There's a tree in the front yard, so
Well,
Yeah,
I
that
have
works.
I have to have seen the tree before, so I'll
Well,
probably
if
be
we
able to
go
get us to
over there.
I'll be able to get us to whatever town we stop at the very least.
You should use
And then
scry on a
after,
tree.
After
And then you
what?
can see the tree.
What'd you say?
you'd use scry on a tree.
I don't think scry is on the druid spell list.
It's not.
You get like one of the crystal balls, and then we can
Crystal.
all look at it, and then you can see.
Yeah.
hmm It's a way to do it. I'm not gonna say
It's
it isn't.
possible.
Well, in order for me to go to the tree, I've gotta have seen it before.
Okay. Well, if we go out there after Vestellis, you would have seen.
If we go
the
there
tree.
once, I can get us back there, but that'll be in a little. I need to get stronger. Not quite as accomplished as my family yet.
Yeah, I know there is means of teleportation, but I don't know any myself. All in all, I'm not that powerful. But yeah, I'm still fine with going to my home
I want
after.
to see the big monsters.
I don't think they're called monsters, but
I
okay.
want to see the big monsters.
I think they're. But I know what dinosaurs are.
Yes.
That they exist. Okay.
You would know dinosaurs are just less evolved lizards.
You're part dinosaur.
If you describe them as less evolved lizards, my response is just,
I like lizards. I want to see them.
They're shitty, not so shitty dragons. You could say that.
I'm going to describe them as less evolved lizards.
Or they're
I
the
like
dragon's
lizards.
retarded cousin.
I wouldn't use those terms.
They're the dragon's red-headed stepchild. Is what.
Less so.
That's why I love them so much.
It's not as good. It's the redheaded stepchild actually still can breathe fire. Dinosaurs not so much.
that's what the wyvern is.
You're not wrong.
I
They're little
like
wyverns.
Either way, I can't think of anything else in regards to the map right now. And also, I think Zeke just set his room on fire.
Again?
Zeke!
Help! Help! Just patter.
I cast Tidal Wave.
No.
No.
It's just like the cat.
I don't have it
No,
prepared.
no, not again.
I was really tempted to cast Conjure Minor Elementals, but I don't get to choose what type of elemental it is. So it could
It's a
just be a
fire
fire
elemental.
elemental.
I would feel like Savant has told people of his capabilities with the Ild Rune. So he would probably run the Get Savant. It's like, help! Help!
I have Frostbite.
If I get the first time, he would just ask someone just to be in the room with him all the time.
More or less.
Because all he does is breed anyway. So
But as I'm putting the map back, you see me put it back in the just the very plain case and into the bag with a lot of other just plain map cases.
He tucks the key back underneath the shirt. Well, looks like we might be working towards a common goal.
Sorry, what? As I'm like running over to the room while it's just on fire.
It's fine. Don't worry about it. Let's go put out the fire.
I start helping put out the fire with
Yeah.
what I can. with
You would see
frostbite, I
that
guess.
Savant actually just makes a symbol in the air as all the fire in the room just poofs. Just gets absorbed more or less into the rune, and the rune gets poofed. It's like, bye.
Golf clap.
Woo!
I stop in the middle of chanting Conjure Minor Elementals.
I can start with test number 3. Sets down. Starts with test number 3.
Then I go to the top deck and cast Call Lightning.
It works.
Do you actually do that?
No.
Okay.
I do go to the top deck though.
Alright. That RP done. One of you, go ahead and roll a D100.
Just a D100?
Yeepers.
Yeet. Oh.
One of them special ones.
Man,
There
that
we
took
go. We got the
fucking
next. We got the next one too.
That
We
took
also-
forever to roll.
We also had
Side
a 55.
note.
That's weird.
Side note: a scientist taught a bee to score a goal.
Is that what made you fall asleep?
I didn't fall asleep.
You snored, sir.
A few times, and it
Doesn't mean I was asleep.
made me giggle.
I heard everything.
I was Windows
What?
updating.
What did you hear last?
I had the entire conversation that you two were having.
Uh-huh. Do you know what we were talking about
Maps. Your key.
when I pinged you?
I don't fucking know when you pinged me. I didn't even see the ping.
Was it deleted?
Pretty sure he still has you like blocked.
Not currently.
I was pretty sure I pinged you somewhere.
No, I saw it afterwards.
Oh, I pinged you in general.
But I just didn't hear the ping. I
Huh.
you guys were saying though.
Okay. But yeah,
Also, it's not like he needs to know what you guys are saying.
yeah,
You
it
weren't talking to him.
wasn't really. It just made Rin laugh.
Yeah, I forgot to mute myself.
We used the 55, but we'll also use the 2 others, because, you know, why not? So, while traveling, also, you all, those on top deck with a passive of 15 or higher, do end up seeing a dolphin. For like a good hour or so, follow the ship. You just like, sploosh.
Carving
sploosh.
wood, doing math.
A what?
A dolphin.
Oh.
I turn into a dolphin and swim towards it.
Alright, as you more or less hop.
You
Get
know
in-
what druid would be that kinky?
Yeah. The dolphin sees you as you turn into the dolphin, grins as you see a great white just the ass of the dolphin. As the dolphin.
I turn into a great white and swim towards it.
Great white battle.
Da-da-da-da-da.
No, it just got kinkier.
And it's blood in the war. Yeah. Frenzy.
If you do turn into a great white, you do enter blood frenzy.
That's not how that works.
Yeah, no, that's more or less.
Wild shape.
technically
I keep my mental stats in wild shape.
blood frenzy.
The blood smells real good.
Do
Though.
you really, though?
Get the urge of blood frenzy. But you know.
You can choose to give in.
Dolphin has 11 HP.
I think it's dead.
Hunter
I think
shark.
the dolphin got nommed.
There ain't no great white shark image. I guess hunter shark is like the next best thing.
There's a giant shark.
That's a giant shark.
Why not the spider shark? Because
That's not a real
Yeah.
thing.
is a deity.
I don't
The
see
fuck?
it.
It's a CR9.
I don't see it. Oh,
Pretty sure it's a monstrosity.
It's also probably from a thing that was not official. Yeah, Dragon magazine. It's funny though.
roll damage. See if it just kills it immediately.
I remember those rat shark things. Those are a thing.
Rat shark.
Yeah. They're a cross between a rat and a shark.
You just see as half the body of the dolphin gets munched, and the dolphin is dead instantly.
Unfortunate.
Without its pod of dolphins, it could not take on a shark. And the shark just snuck up and did the little munch. And it just, if you're staying as a dolphin, it'll go after you. If you're turning into a shark, it'll go after you.
But for different reasons.
Yeah, 'cause you're in its territory.
Actually, I have a better idea. I
Conjure
unmore from the dolphin. I cast conjure minor elementals. I don't even care if they're all fire and just immediately die in the water.
Aren't you underwater?
Yeah.
Get.
I can be at the surface when I change and then just
Isn't
turn
it,
back and go under.
isn't it like a minute to cast that spell?
Oh, it is a minute to cast that spell, but conjure animals is only an action, so I'll cast conjure
Yep.
animals instead.
Right.
Maybe.
So, hunter shark versus
Bunch of snakes and elephant.
maybe.
Versus a bunch of snakes, and then also another shark.
That's Underdark, not Stone. So go ahead and roll me a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait, how the fuck? Oh. Roll me a d5.
Five.
2, 3, 4, 5. Where did the thingies go? How did? Oh, that's why. There we go. That's the way it should be. So you see as larger than a mosquito, a sturge appears. Just spawns flying and looks at you. As a shark's just looking at you
What happens?
and dips under the water.
What the?
Conjure
Fly of some kind?
a sturge.
Pretty sure those are monstrosities.
No, they're beasts.
Are they?
I turn into a
Hmm?
flying snake and start flying in circles above the water. After I
Might
say,
have a
"Get the
different
shark."
thing.
They look and they look at you.
They're like, really? I don't think that's much we can do.
they are
It is a beast.
a flying creature that looks kind of like a bat, but kind of like a mosquito. You don't think they could swim. If
I
they,
know what I said.
they just look at you, Wheeler. They shrug and just dip in, and
Why did these guys get summoned here?
because
They
they are
drown.
a coastal animal.
On what sea?
Sea and coastal.
You're right beside a coast.
I
Two
just start flying
coasts.
back to the boat as a snake.
You were close enough for the coastal animals to be affected.
You can wild shape into flying creatures.
Yes, Circle
Oh.
of Moondra.
I'll do it.
Just yeah. That they dip into the water and just 5 feet of movement.
Do they drown?
They can.
They might. It's just the shark that looks up. Rolls a check.
Meal 2.
Except for as soon as he bites into them, they just.
Yeah.
That is just gonna be like, what the fuck?
I don't understand what this is.
Try
Don't
again.
understand.
Keep going until one of them gets munched.
Yeah, it's more or less just a swim by. Is just munch. And one poofs. Munch. It's just he keeps on swimming and they don't feed him. They disappear in his mouth and he's angry. He doesn't like this.
That was the point.
Revenge for killing the friendly dolphin.
After a little bit, he just leaves. He's just like, I don't like this shit anymore. This is bullshit.
I'm just hanging upside down from like one of the masts with the snake tail, and I'll release concentration on the Sturges when it leaves.
He kills about 4 of them before getting annoyed.
There's one left. There's one survivor. It's 5.
It
right?
would be no. You summon 8.
Oh, okay. That's more
You
what I
can
thought.
summon 8 CR. I think it's CR 1/2s, Rin.
Oh, is it CR1 halves?
Let me look. It might be one.
I think it was 1/8.
Okay, it is 8 CR 1/4. Never mind. It's 4 CR 1/2s, and then 2 CR 1s or 1 CR 2.
Okay. Because I know you like summoning majorities instead of minorities.
It's just because I think it's hilarious having so many things on the map.
Poor not so sea creatures going into the sea. Sad. Mosquito noises.
I also could have cast Wall of Fire on the shark. Could have gotten out one of the Georges, giant insected it.
Underwater.
Yeah.
I don't think scorpions are underwater creatures. They are the opposite. Scorpions can swim, which they might be able to. But yeah. But as time goes on, dice has already been rolled. Those with a passive perception of 15. Well, actually, no, this would be a 10. Passive perception of 10 is fairly large.
Oh, I see it this time.
You will see a massive anchor. Like a ship's anchor, just floating in the water. Floating.
That's not how
That's not
supposed to
how
work.
physics work.
It's rusted. It's as you all get a bit closer.
Rust doesn't make you float.
I know. And you see that it is covered in runes.
So,
And it's as if it was flipped. It's flipped upside down. It's weird.
It has
this is your thing.
Oh, that's great, so.
I want to get Maple to do just a flyby of it to look at it.
It is a anchor covered in runes. Literally, that is all it is.
gonna fly back,
What rains are they?
and I'm gonna pet Maple.
Roll an intelligence check. Or Arcana. Arcana would make more sense.
That is what I was attempting to achieve.
You don't know.
That's kind of what I was attempting to achieve. Let's look. Maybe I should ask to actually roll things instead of.
Right, Ren. I got that red bead from the last achievement box I opened. What the fuck is that?
Beat a fireball.
Alright.
Time to
Also,
eat
I
it.
opened one of my other achievement boxes.
One moment, please.
Perfect time.
This is not. This is more like how the anchor is positioned. Just the tip of it is floating out of the water,
So it's just up.
So it's just the tip.
Wait.
or just a little bit of the tip.
Hey.
Like where
Yeah,
the
just the tip.
points are.
Hey, Kafra.
Kind of like that.
Alright.
I have an suspicion. Can you go
As
on
you-
the-
In the middle of that, I opened the box. In the middle of you talking.
Alright, let's roll a D103.
Need to add more things to that.
I do.
And then shuffle it.
Yeah, that's what I
One.
normally just add them right.
Oh.
Roll a D100.
Crab. Is this the number of crabs that spawn?
No, you get 50 copper.
Ah!
It's like a waterfall of copper, or less waterfall, more a geyser. As you open it, it just starts to rattle and shake as
Ribley, I have a suspicion.
it's
Just
copper
gonna
goes
like
everywhere.
stare for a minute until
were you
the
saying?
copper stops falling.
What were you saying?
Anyways, you know how the anchor's like upside down? Maybe there's a boat that's upside down also. So can you like go underneath the water and look? I don't have anything that can.
I can fix
Safely.
that. I cast polymorph on Ribley.
What do you turn me into?
Fish.
Giant shark. Hold on. Actually, I think a giant shark is CR7.
Giant shark is CR5.
You should do it so it's just a fish.
Okay, yeah.
The
So I
normal-
turn him into a giant shark. But before I do it, oh no, he's just a giant shark on the deck now.
You are a chunky boy.
I
I'm
start
gonna
trying
start-
to push him over the edge.
I'm just gonna start flapping around because I can't breathe.
I start trying to push him over the edge.
Hello,
I see this happening, right?
You probably notice it, yeah.
There's a giant shark on deck now. He's huge. Yes, people
Try
just
and
like,
I'm gonna come and try and help push it overboard.
it's just a sad.
The shark is thrashing violently.
Confusion on the shark.
You want like a strength or something?
I have a better plan. I turn into a giant scorpion and push him over the edge.
That also that
Aren't,
would work.
aren't sky giant scorpions like medium?
They're large.
Am I thinking of something else?
They're
Yeah,
they're a 3x3. I think they're huge. Oh yeah, no, the giant scorpion is bigger than the hunter shark, or not? That's the wrong one. Giant scorpion is bigger than a normal shark. Yeah, it's the same size as a giant shark.
Both of them are huge. They're pretty huge.
Yeah, giant scorpions are huge.
They're wide.
As a giant shark, you don't have the insentience and intelligence of a giant shark.
Yeah,
You-
I have one int. That's why I'm thrashing violently.
But you do remember that there is. You want to know something. Something's under the sea.
Under
But
the
also, I can't breathe.
You can be.
No, you're
in the
thrashing,
water.
and then suddenly you're just like you skirt along the side, and then you're in the water.
Oh.
Wait,
And Demaya, you just see me click clacking on the.
I'm gonna do a sniff.
has he, did he want to be turned into a shark?
Did he
He
fight?
didn't say he
the
resisted it, so.
He didn't fight it. So...
He was surprised by it.
Well, giant scorpions are large.
Oh, I might have gotten that wrong then. Either way, it would be big enough to push him over the edge. I'm
Oh,
not
yeah.
carrying him.
With people helping also, because people don't like a giant shark existing on the ship.
Yeah.
Now there's just a really big scorpion instead.
That can be dealt with. And they also
Hey.
seen you turn into.
Hey, Kafra. Did you check if Ribley could swim?
As a
Before
shark,
you did
you can
that.
swim.
You're
You
a
can
shark.
swim now.
You can
I
swim.
know, but when he comes out of shark form.
I have a second casting of polymorph.
Okay. You know a fucking shark. You're a big shark.
Big shark. I feel strong.
Apex predator.
More or less. Unless a
I'm
giant
gonna take a
octopus
look
comes in
around
over.
for something. I got something down here, maybe. Or is it me? Was I?
If you want. Go
giant
ahead.
squid just
You could have turned him into a huge giant crab.
If I want, I could do what?
You can roll a perception check. With the giant shark, of course. So +3.
Yeah. Yeah.
You just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. Swimming.
Just keep. I will send out my hawk. How far down under the water is he actually?
How far down under the water are you?
Like 50
This is
feet.
bad.
Like 50 feet.
Yeah. There's nothing around.
Is there a boat?
Above you, yeah.
Was I supposed to look for a boat? I think I was.
You found one. It's
Found a
above you.
boat.
Apex
I'm
predator.
gonna.
One in.
I'm gonna swim down a lot because I want to come up and breach with speed.
How far are you swimming down?
Hold on, let me see the swim speed of giant shark.
50 feet.
50 feet.
So 100 foot.
Okay, you see nothing.
Still water.
You dash. The breach.
Make it 150. I want to get moving.
Alright. You see nothing. Just the open ocean.
Okay, and then I start darting up.
And you
And
also
I'm gonna reach next to the ship, like kind of spooky close.
I'm so tempted to drop concentration while he's at the bottom.
That would probably kill him.
That's the point.
Then you lose the key.
No, then I recover the key from the body.
It's a very small body. It's a very big ocean. But yeah, I'm going to be.
I want you to do it just because I want you to be able to.
Yeah, and I'm not the one that made you evil. It was you that did it.
No, the main reason I want to kill him is because it's cold.
Yeah, but I'm swimming up fast to breach.
You breach, and
Like
you are
right
just see
next
as
to the ship.
a giant shark just boof out of the water, flapping.
What the fuck?
Click,
There's a
clack.
chance I might land on the ship.
Just click, clack, click, clack.
Roll
I wasn't
a d20.
paying attention to that part. I was close.
Just roll a d20.
Oh.
You all see as this giant shark comes out at an angle. Not much of an angle, but just enough as he slams into the top of the deck.
All right. If I thought he was looking like he was gonna slam into the deck, I would have dropped concentration so he lands as Ripley.
As a small kobold slams into the deck.
Do I have? I don't know.
Do you have it prepared?
I don't have it. Period.
Slams. And you take not much damage. What do you say? Take 5 points of bludgeoning damage. It hurts.
I drop wild shape and I'm like, did you find what you were looking for?
Ow.
What was I looking for?
I was looking.
Zeke, first aid. I cast healing on him.
I'm not first aid. I'm far from it.
First aid.
I'm the opposite.
Nah, first aid. Actually, better idea. Would you like a berry? Would
Okay.
you like 5? Would you like 5 berries?
Feast upon berry.
Okay. Yeah. I can take 5 berries.
I give him 5 berries.
All I saw was a boat. I think it was this one.
That sounds about right. I can let you go look again.
I think you might be able to keep your faculties better than me.
Oh no, I was gonna let you breathe underwater this time.
Oh. I would prefer not to go alone.
Are you gonna mention that you can or cannot swim?
Also, I can't swim. So there's that.
So this is where we tie weights around my ankles and drop me
Why
down.
do we need to tie weights around your ankles?
I'm
If it's wood, he would float.
He's wood. That's literally it.
He's more wood than metal. So
Yeah, there's still metal in there.
Not much.
He'll still just float.
It's mainly just
thought we-
magic keeping him together.
We've said this before. Apparently,
He's got neutral buoyancy.
apparently I
No.
float and Art sinks.
Art is completely metal. You are more or less completely wood.
Alright, well,
So-
if I have a few minutes...
that's why he's a tree.
Yeah. If I have a few minutes, I can make us all breathe underwater. And then also walk on water. But,
I can walk.
wrong.
Can't swim.
Wait, hold on. What's going on?
Oh,
I don't know. I wanted to go investigate the anchor that we left behind like 10 minutes ago.
Oh, y'all want to do with that thing? Right. Y'all want that?
I don't know.
And Catherine just looks at all of them. Like, we could turn around.
I was a shark. I'm still kind of disorientated.
I noticed.
I noticed.
It's kind of hard not to see.
I believe in you, Ripley, and I cast guidance on him.
Thank you.
I'm going to take a nap now.
Maybe
I
flying a
believe in-
ghost ship.
I believe
Also,
in
Red-
you too.
I got the thing for swapping out spells outside of a long rest slightly incorrect. Rather than, it's not the individual spell, it's a number of minutes for each slot on the spell list when you swap. So even if you're only swapping out like 1/3 spell, 1/3 level for another 3rd level, it still takes like the full new list worth of minutes.
Yeah.
Meaning if I were to swap for
I think we're abandoning the anchor. Yeah.
So are we leaving it behind, or are we just gonna?
I think we're. I mean, Savant.
Yeah.
yeah, that's Savant's thing.
There was a
So-
bunch of runes on the anchor.
Oh.
Oh,
If you're interested in that.
my wood's getting buoyant. Oh,
Do you want to be a Savant?
Yeah.
Did the captain say that?
but
All right. I cast
wood's getting
polymorph on
buoyant.
Savant,
that's
and I turn him into a giant crab.
A huge giant crab or a giant?
What's the what is?
What's
Do
the
you have any
spell
CR8
DC?
crabs, Rin?
That's
I
the
wanna do-
that's the huge giant crab.
What's
That's
the
a
spell
VR.
DC?
You don't know what I'm turning you into.
No,
true.
but I don't want you just randomly casting magic on me without.
I
telling me
asked if
what
you
it's
wanted to
gonna
be a shark, and you said yes.
I didn't say if I wanted to be a shark. I said if I wanted to go and find it.
I asked, do you want to be a shark, and you said yes.
Either I'm going deaf and accidentally said that,
I
or
did not hear that either.
You
Yeah.
were very. It was very quiet and odd. So
I heard, "Do you want to go and find it?" And that's what I was saying yes to.
I said, do you want to be a shark?
I would have not. I would have said no. I do not want to be a shark.
Okay, if we didn't agree to the polymorph, I wouldn't have polymorphed it.
so. Yay,
So I'm
nay.
okay up here. Yep, yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
I'm just gonna go back to drinking. Then I go back to drinking.
Okay.
The captain just turns around a little bit. Go back to the anchor. The anchor is
still
still
think-
there.
So it's underwater, right?
The anchor, the tip of it, so you see where the pointy bits are. I don't know what part. What
The bottom part of the
descriptors-
anchor is now the top part.
Yeah, more or less. It's what's
Ah.
popping out of the water. The rest of the anchor is. And it's
Under.
still in the water. Yeah. I can do an MS Paint. Here we
Nah, we're good. We got the image.
Yeah, and I don't know how long I have, so I would. Well, first off, like, have we already did like a perception check? Like, there's nothing weird going on.
The only weird thing is that there are runes on the anchor itself. And,
Well,
and the anchor is upside down.
There was a theory of maybe an upside down ship, but shark shenanigans.
Well, I would I guess I would dive underwater and try to see better.
Alright. So, as you hop underwater, go ahead and make me a perception check. 21. It is blurry. Even if you were able to, you might think it's just, if there is something there, it's just deep. It is very deep, making it considerably hard to
Like,
see
how far
anything.
away are we from the anchor?
At this point, the captain turned around.
And
So
we're
we're
like
next
beside
to
of it.
Yeah.
More, you're very close to it.
Well, I would cast detect magic and get close, almost touching distance of the anchor.
With detect magic, it is. Think it's like
Enchantment.
It would be enchantment and abjuration and a bit of transmutation. It's a weird mixture of magics.
Can I do an Arcana check to see if I know anything about this or can
Those
put
are actually
together?
a fairly common mix of magics.
Yeah, it's still on an
But
anchor.
all in
That's
all
the
in
thing.
one.
Go ahead, yeah. With a 25, you think it's linked to something. With this mixture of magics, this anchor is linked to something, keeping something still, as if you were anchored.
Hmm. I'm not gonna mess with that. You know, that's there for a reason. And if I can't see anything underwater, then it's not okay. I'll just go back on the ship and tell everybody.
Alright. It's nap time.
Okay.
It's ready by time.
You don't mess with the unknown if you don't know what it is.
Well, Captain,
Doing.
then we should get going then.
Alrighty.
You should have identified the anchor.
Has to touch it to identify it.
Oh,
You should have identified the anchor.
hold on. This is for how I think it is. Can I use a second level spell slot to double the range or touch to 30 feet? Oh, ho, ho.
You could.
Yeah, I'd want to do that.
It is linked. It is an anchor that more or less works in the opposite way of a normal anchor would. It would float to the surface of a sea to keep you linked, or to keep you stopped, which means there's most likely a ship under the sea. And, and it is completely upside down. And it is just like a normal ship. Just
How? Never mind. I'm gonna question magic.
magic be whack, man.
We're in the middle of the ocean, so this is probably tons of feet down, right?
Most likely.
But also, if they're using that to stop the ship, why couldn't they just do it without an anchor at all? Just stop the ship with
Listen,
magic.
it might go to the surface.
Tryons.
And that's the elevator anchor. You know, like the space elevator they're trying to build it. It's like that, but for real deep sea diving.
Oh, you know what? It's
Right.
still not worth messing with it.
I've heard of these like really weird fish people that have literally just fish but people. Could be them.
Which one?
Fish people.
Which one?
The people that are actually fish.
Which one?
What?
You're a dumbass.
Who's a
Oh, well.
fish?
I figured out stuff. I gotta go again.
Okay. So, were you moving on?
Oh, wait.
I don't know. Are we?
Never.
We'll take that as yes.
You say
Mine's just
whenever?
drinking.
Parker, did you say whenever or whatever?
I said never.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, let's get going.
And just sploosh.
So, another D100?
Already been done. The 62.
Oh, okay.
As you all are making your way, at night, the people that would be sleeping are most likely sleeping.
Oh,
Oh.
Are you sure?
Most likely. You want to roll a percentile to see if you'd be sleeping?
Depends on how
Oh.
long into the night it is.
Yeah.
It is most likely around 1 o'clock in the morning.
Probably sleep.
What is that thing? I hate Roll20. There we go.
I can get my D24, I can tell you.
Yeah.
I know that is what you do, that's why I say roll percentile.
Oh, yeah. So Dion.
I'm gonna go grab food because I haven't eaten since I woke
Most
up.
likely awake. Alright. You good, you can grab food. Your
Okay.
character's asleep, so don't worry.
Okie
Don't worry about it.
For you, Art, she hasn't heard of anything about that at all.
I am Art.
Yeah, I know. For Art, she tells you she
Oh,
has
okay.
not heard of anything about that at all.
Okay.
New shit. There's some new weird stuff.
Hey.
The country really doesn't have that much interaction with the undersea people. They just can pop up into Kildara whenever they want, though, because they can go under the sea. It'd be like,
Under the sea.
they've tried mining, but you know they could swim around those pretty easily. So. Yeah.
Just build a big wall under the water.
Gonna
It's
build a
time to
wall.
build a wall.
I'm not that good at making impressions of Trump.
Why
Yeah.
would
I can
So
do China.
yeah, what's going on in this event?
Gonna build a wall. At night for the people awake. Art, you'd most likely stay on top deck.
Yeah, always.
Savant is on bottom deck with Zeke, which is currently playing around with making a new toy. And more or less, you see just a lifeboat. Let me sitting close to it. Close to a lifeboat, just slowly making its way to the ship.
Do I see anyone on the boat?
Not off the top, but you do spy someone on it. But your ship, the captain hasn't seen this ship yet. So you're more or less on a straight-on path towards this little life craft.
Alright. Wasn't I given a really shit spyglass at one point?
Most likely taken away because you know people want their shit back. Unless you paid for it, then you paid for it.
Yeah, no. I warn whoever is currently in charge. So I assume the captain's asleep.
The captain is. The first mate is awake, currently steering the ship, because the ship goes at most of the night. He
Just forgot to
stopped.
invite. So you know there's a boat where we're going, right?
What?
Just so I
Uh,
a small boat just on the where the direction we're going. You can see that, right?
He looks. No,
There is.
I don't see shite. And he'll just finger towards someone and just wave his hand into the air at the people that are currently manning the ship. Let's go low. He makes with hand signs as you see as people start closing up the sails.
Just does gang signs.
More or less. It's very quick hand signs, and you can see the people immediately know what the fuck he's talking about as they all
As they should.
quickly start setting up sails to where they'll be going very slow. As he walks with you and sees the small life raft, and like, huh? Yeah, no, I couldn't see the ship. Wow. Yeah. We'll steer out of its way, and we'll see if anyone's on board.
I go check. Run ahead. Use my keen eyes.
And you can feel the ship just turn slightly. It's just not so they're on the head-on path of the ship. And with your eyes, and first mate joining you again, you can see a fairly old man. Like, I mean old.
How old?
Very. Like, if he looks human-ish, so like reaching in the 80s and 90s. Hair everywhere, wiry. But
Is they human?
looks human.
From this
with
far
a
away, looks human. Kind of.
luxurious mustache. Mustache not aged at all.
Mm,
It had not been touched by the age. You see now, the older man is just slowly rowing. You could barely see him moving, it's that slow.
I message him. You good?
Whenever you message him, it's like static.
Yeah, this is bad. I say to the first mate.
Like how bad, like sink it bad, or
Like I message him, I get static back.
I'm not a magic man, so I don't know what that means.
I message him. So normally I do this, right? And then you can reply.
Alright.
I get fuzz. I shouldn't get that.
So that's not normal.
No.
So, in your professional opinion, is that a sink it bad or just go around it bad?
Probably go around it. Currently. Let me just see if he's all. I shut down to the old man. You good?
You just see old man stops rowing. Someone yells at him. And he just looks up at you. And with your keen eyes, you can just see that his eyes are black. Eyes are wide open. Just staring at you. Just wide open black eyes. Like in Supernatural Demon.
Yeah.
Kind of like that.
Yeah. So, are you good? Do you?
You can
gonna
see that
give
he's
me-
mouthing something. Roll a intelligence check.
It's a spell.
It's like a good intelligence check that read lips. Oh,
I have observant.
you do? Oh, ooh! The one time someone actually has the feat. Oh my god!
I was like, I swear I have the. Do I have the thing that does the thing?
Holy shit! No one ever has observant. For
They should.
ooh, you get back from observant. He's mouthing the black. Over and over.
The black.
The black.
Would I know if that's a reference to something of some kind?
Roll a history check. You would know the black was a plague that more or less swept across, not the world, but a good portion of it. The only places that were more or less left, like, kept safe from it was Kaldara, due to its isolation. Estrangalia, due to the gods there and the amount of clerics that were able to just fight back everything, just like, fuck no. Obros, due to the amount of clerics there and paladins. And Dragamascus, because they shut down everything. They had, like, dragon turtles and sea-born dragons keeping watch.
They turned into Keldara for like a few months.
It's more or less. This was years ago too. This was before you were even born.
Okay.
Before you
Would
were
I know
born.
how it would be treated or something, or was it just
No,
destroyed?
It was destroyed. People wiped that shit out.
Okay.
That was that bad of a plague. You remember? Think the
Prob-
Black
Probably started by them, them people. You know what?
I say to the first mate, do you know of the Black?
Let's roll it. Nope.
Okay. Bad plague. So avoid, then destroy.
Aye. He snaps as you see as one person just gets a swivel gun.
Yeah, I initially before they do, I do like create bonfire at his feet, so he start destroying some of the disease as quick as possible.
As he doesn't react at all to the flame. As he just keeps on staring at you. As he keeps on drifting, because he stops rowing. He doesn't do anything. He just keeps on staring. As the swivel gun takes aim. Everyone, you all hear the sound of a cannon going off. As Art, you see as the person and the ship itself get a hole inside of it.
As the man is woken up by the sound of a fucking cannon, she rushes up to the top deck. What's going on? What's happening?
Just avoiding a plague. Don't worry about it.
What? That makes me more worried about it.
Just don't worry about it.
You just see as you can see the person manning the swivel gun is like gives a thumbs up.
Is it all gone? Obliterated?
Oh, it's a swivel gun. It's meant to make things sink. As in, I put a round through his stomach and through the ship itself. So he'll be singing soon. As in, he's sinking right now.
Kind of a bonfire as it sinks.
What plague?
You have one of the Black?
Do I?
Roll history, intelligence, whichever.
They're the same. 10. Nope.
Nope.
Okay, don't know what that is.
Yeah,
Is it fine now?
Yeah, you didn't get on the boat, so we should be fine.
I could launch another.
Sure.
I'm gonna go back to sleep then.
Funds for it. Grabs another, just loads.
Good target practice, at least.
A little bit. As another round slams into the other side of the ship of his life raft. It more so, it's falling apart now. As the person is floating, but slowly sinking.
During this time, though, was he still just functioning, though?
Yeah.
Just saying the same thing?
Mouthing, yeah, the Black with the hole through his stomach. Didn't look like he was in pain at all.
Okay. Didn't die in pain, then. That's good.
Yeah, he's not there anymore, so...
Okay.
He shrugs. That's not normal at all.
Goose, why did you text that to me?
Ren already knows.
What?
Hmm.
You could have just, like,
It's
used words.
fun!
You already know. I'm fucking afraid now. I don't fucking know shit.
Yep. Don't worry about it. It doesn't matter. It's just a fun.
Alright. After that occurrence.
You remember why I had to do that roll, Naren?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You get real, yeah.
Yeah.
I remember now.
There you
I
go.
remember. Yeah, it's not pleasant for you right now. You heard it 2 times.
What are we hearing?
You heard cannon fire.
That's the reason why I casted that spell.
But time passes. Nothing comes from it. Except for art. After about an hour of just time being passed, just
Bye,
over
Parker.
again, you get the strange feeling that someone's watching you.
Okay. But how are they doing that, Ren?
What?
As I am currently wearing an amulet proof against detection application.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they're seeing
It's like
you.
in the sense of someone like looking at
Yeah,
you, like
I'm just double checking that
less
you remember.
magic. Yeah, I know a little bit on what you have. Mainly,
just-
that's like a big thing for you. I know.
Just double checking. Interesting. So it must be something else.
Question. Okay.
Do I get a feeling from this feeling? Like a good, bad?
You don't get no good or bad vibes.
Okay.
You don't vibe with it.
Doesn't vibe with me.
It's like someone standing behind you and you got the feeling on the back of your neck that you're
Standing
being
like 2 meters behind you,
Yes.
just looking at you.
I don't
Mm.
have any hair on my neck, so
Metal shaving on the back of your neck.
You know what I mean.
yeah, I do.
It's like that feeling of just the chills.
Okay.
What do you do? Or do you just keep on going? Keep on living. Living your best life.
I just keep going unless I feel like there's danger. I just keep doing what I'm doing.
You're not Spider-Man.
People, I highly doubt there's anything I can do to change this information if they're getting through the amulet I already have. So
Well, no, it's
Can't
not like a magical being watched. It's more like someone you're being watched. Like someone is like looking at you being watched. It's like
There's
that.
a rogue in the corner.
Kind of that. Yeah, that being watched.
then
Yeah.
I would just look around and see if I see them.
Roll perception check. Yeah. You see a man, older, with completely black eyes, staring at you. More or less latched on to the side of the ship. Pretty close by. Just staring at you. Just holding on.
So I'm assuming you're not going to say anything else other than you were before.
And since he's not mouthing anything now, his mouth is closed. A little bit of blood trickling, but looks more dried now that you're a lot closer.
Does he have a hole in his chest?
Hole in his stomach. But he does have a hole existing in him.
Okay.
Does he bleed?
He is not bleeding.
Well, during this time, I was before that happened. I was just doing that.
Start screeching.
No. I just, send,
You did that. You did the last.
yeah, I was doing that as soon as that happened. It just took me a little while to type it out.
You just tear it. You just get halfway done tearing as you turn over. Just like.
Wait, he immediately gets it.
It wasn't immediate.
I wrote that and then sent it off.
I know, but still. It gives me that pleasure of like. Zoinks! It was about an hour after. And it's just he's there. He's not moving.
Don't get a reply.
Doesn't say anything.
No. From the.
Oh no!
Okay.
You do understand some people do power.
Yeah, that's
down,
why I did that.
and it is late.
Okay. I will then ring. Because, a little bit.
A little sus. A little sus.
You will
Yeah.
what? Say that again.
I ring this time.
Ring, 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 ring. Still nothing.
I keep trying.
After about like a good 5 minutes, I was like, yes,
You get a letter?
yeah.
Yeah, he's on the boat.
As you hear just a tear, just ah,
He's attached to the side of the boat right now.
got fire.
Tried that.
Oh,
He's on the side of the boat.
is he doing anything bad?
He's just staring at me.
That's good. Not doing anything. Is he coughing?
He's got blood coming out of his mouth. He has a hole in his stomach.
Was that there before?
No, we shot him a couple of times.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, if he's not doing anything bad, you might just want to poke him off. Incinerate him. The black was a bad thing.
Yeah, I remember. I don't know if there was a specific thing you're supposed to do, or...
Do you know the spell disintegrate? Or incinerate?
I don't.
I know. Do you know anyone that does?
I doubt it.
Because
Not on
that's
this
what we
boat.
did.
Jesus, okay. Okay, thank you for the information. I
Yeah.
will
It
get
wasn't
things together.
it wasn't a good time. I think around that time Maritaris was going through his teen phases.
Who?
Oh yeah, you're Marintaris, the god of disease. Death, life. Alright, but not good. He doesn't have that many churches. You probably haven't heard of him.
Okay, yeah. Okay. Oh, sorry to wake you.
Oh, it's alright. Just get rid of it.
Yeah, will do. I've got a few people that fire, so it should be fine.
That's good. That's good.
Hang up. Go find Savant.
As she more or less calls the CDC. I'm like, alright, I think we got some bad shit going on. Savant.
I gave her the locations.
At first, I thought, personally, at first I thought that guy was one of those anti-god people.
Oh, if only. Would have been fucking easy.
Ooh.
Anti-god.
You know, one of those guys we met in the desert.
Oh. One of those guys there was only one of them.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's what we saw. One of those guys.
I thought that. I just remember that there was like only a few of them.
Yeah, no,
Not just one.
the priests are very few and far between.
Pretty far between there, so
So yeah, you go and find Savant. Savant is with Zeke.
yeah,
He's
that's
just-
the fun. You got fire, good fire.
I
Focused fire.
yeah.
Cool. You can go with me. That'd be great.
Okay, I'll go with him.
Savant, as you go with Art, you find a older man latched onto the side of the ship. Wiry, luxurious mustache, but a massive hole in his stomach, dried blood that was once dripping from his mouth, and completely black eyes, just
Yeah,
staring at Art.
Yeah. So you need to burn this man to a crisp as soon as possible.
I can certainly try. Well,
Please don't damage the ship.
yeah, I'm not gonna fireball it.
Yeah.
I guess we can try out my first use of the rune. We're gonna use combustion on him. I scribe the Ild rune onto a target creature. Spend a spell slot to do
I wouldn't do
1d10.
that.
Nah, it's just the creature. It doesn't say it has a
Right, but you'd
radius.
have to touch it.
No. Yeah, that's the problem area with that one.
He's on the side of the boat on the outside.
Oh.
And also, don't touch him.
he's-
He's a plague man.
He's close enough. His head is or his top of his chest is popping up from, like, you know, where the railing is. So he is there. People can see him, and you can see more or less the entirety of the crew has moved away from where he is, and is just near.
Well, this is why I grab a stick or like a pin, and I do the scribing with that instead of with my fingers.
I feel like you should just use spells because
I
you
mean,
really
I can.
don't want to get close.
I mean, I can fireball,
You also try the new thing.
firebolt, fireball, and maybe.
You can also
burning
use.
hands.
You can also cast any of your spells and turn it into fire. Because you're that wizard that can do that.
Okay, so I can do crackling doom, which will give me taint. Other damaging spells I have: burning hands, magical magic missile.
Fucking use burning hands. It's literally just a fire with flamethrower. It's just a flamethrower.
And then I have flaming spear. Those are my only
You can use
attacks.
flaming spear and just have it float above them,
Oh my god.
so it's not
just
hitting
under
the
it,
ship.
so he just like falls onto it and just slowly just gets burnt to a crisp.
Okay, fine. I'll prepare flaming spear, and then I'll cast it.
It takes him a while. Cause it's not one of your.
It's not currently prepared. No.
So
And
you just sat there for a minute, a few minutes.
woo.
As the flames start to hit the guy and start to burn, you see he doesn't flinch. It's just still staring at Art, just not blinking.
Well, this lasts for a minute, so I'll hit him 6 times.
And also, every time he ends his turn on it,
Yeah,
it also takes
So
damage.
12 times.
I do mess. I'm sorry, man. He just needs. I assume I just get static back.
Yep.
And I think, huh. And I looked at Art. Well, this isn't cutting it.
But you can see that a lot of him has, after casting that affecting him that many times, it should have killed him. But you can see a good portion of his body has been burnt away. You could literally on his back see bone.
Oh yeah, and keep in mind the damage would have been slightly better each time because I have the Ild rune.
This guy is fucking whack.
Okay.
It's just staying there
right.
staring.
So what does the flame touch shot do, Ren?
The flame touch is kind of like white phosphorus. Whenever you shoot someone, it's literally dragon's breath rounds. But more if it hits you, it stays on you for a little bit.
Okay. Pop him in the face with one of them.
So white phosphorus. Just you're like, sorry, man. Would have rolled damage. That'll hit.
It's within 10. So that one. Do I get sneak attack?
It's looking right at you.
There isn't much of a
Only-
sneak.
Only
No,
you.
Someone's next to me.
So,
It's-
but someone's not next
It's
to
more
it.
that you want to do the
Yeah.
fire damage, and I don't think the
It-
sneak
It
attack.
would,
does.
sneak attack is the damage you're doing, so it would convert it to
Pretty sure
fire.
sneak attack specifies weapon attack.
Yeah.
Ah! But it is a weapon attack. With fire.
Sneak attack doesn't
That's
affect
special
fire.
type
It
thing,
affects
Mitch.
the bludgeoning that you're gonna be doing with the rounds itself, but not the fire damage boosting to it.
So
How about-
next to me.
Would you have wanted me to start scribing all of your stuff to do fire at this point?
If you wanted to, yeah.
Well, I can't do it right now. It'd have to have been before because it takes, a short rest to do it.
Yeah, yeah. I'm also using flame touch anyway, so it's...
You blow a hole through his face. That much damage, and with the fire damage done to him, I more or less multiplied 8 by 20. You did a lot of damage to it. Yep. He's still etched on there. Even with a good portion of his face missing.
Jesus Christ, this guy. He's just annoying at this point.
I'll just start peppering them with fire bolts.
Burning. Burning. Burning.
Not that firebolt.
We need a bit more practice, first of all. NA? Why is it NA? The fuck?
Not
What?
applicable.
It knew it wasn't gonna hit.
Your modifier is not applicable.
I hope not.
You change that.
Listen, I went to hit him with the firebolt right as you shot his face off, and it just went through where his.
Trick shots.
Yeah, you
Don't-
also parts of the body in the sense burnt away and all
Does it
in
do
that
that
sense.
every time? Why?
Because you need to change the thing. It probably isn't dex based. So it'd be dex. No, you're
He's sipping.
You need to add
Your
intelligence.
casting intelligence. Yeah. Yeah, it's nice.
Oh.
Yeah, just-
Hold on. There we go. No, that didn't fix it.
Let me go to your character sheet now.
Oh, that's saves. Hold on. Spellcasting ability. Intelligence. Okay. There we go.
This seems like it's going on longer than it should.
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
There we
I gotta
go.
get ready to DM my session today. But we already did all the crafting rolls for this
Yeah.
section. Are we doing if you guys are gonna do more crafting rolls at the end of the session, can I do those now or are we doing those next?
It'll be next session.
Yeah, it'll be definitely next session. So
So then I will go for now. See you later.
We're probably going to be ending off. pretty
Probably
soon after we got on the island. Yeah.
that, or if you are willing, I can keep on. I can keep going.
I want to, but I
Well,
also want Parker to
I'm
be here.
back
Catherine.
completely.
Oh, well, if that's the case, then also, sure, why not? Park, you okay with it?
I think
You
he's
wait.
One
oh.
on on what we were doing in Dragamascus. I don't have anything to do immediately.
Oh, we're going to
I-
Damascus. Yes.
Oh, I thought we were stopping in Dragamascus for something.
No,
Or-
no, we're
Or
going.
was it just sailing along the coast for places to stop?
We're going to Juno.
We're going
Oh,
to
where are we-
Juno, which is way north.
Where are we
Going to
going
the
there
Northern
for?
Isles, and
But
then
I need to do some fucking
Karening,
Karening. Yeah.
Alright.
Complaining
well-
to a manager?
more or less.
Either way, if you guys are going to do more crafting rolls, just message me what they were, and
Yeah.
Rin, I will be doing map crafting rolls, and then we can just decide what I made after. Once you figure out the rolls more, I can just do the rolls now, though.
For in this, I think crafting rolls would be next session, so we'll just worry about
Okay.
map crafting tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow.
Yeah.
The next session.
Session tomorrow. Sweet.
What time are you playing tomorrow? Because I have classes.
Well, I joked about that. But,
spoke.
yeah, I misspoke.
Man,
Okay.
we're in. Can we play?
Maybe. I'll see if I do anything tomorrow.
Okay.
Well, I probably won't be able to play if it's tomorrow, because I have
Ah.
3 classes that are all like an hour apart.
Well, it depends.
Oh.
When are your classes?
Just have hour interval game sessions between his classes. That's not frustrating.
Yeah. First one is from like 9 to 10:45 for me. Second one is at like noon to like 1:30. The third one is at like 2:30 to 4.
What time is it now for you?
Huh?
What time is it now
Whatever
for
I'm listing is it's 4 hours later for you guys.
you? I don't know how to do math.
Add 4.
So
to
the best
current
time for him to start would be 8 o'clock tomorrow night, which would be 12 for Kurt and 2
problem.
for.
He plays Parker's game.
I played many games at that time.
Yeah.
Eight.
Pretty late.
I could do it.
It's not impossible.
It'd be 2 o'clock for Sage.
Yeah, Sage won't be able to do that.
I think Sage good. He doesn't do anything on Tuesdays.
I think you forgot the point. I think you didn't hear the last class I said, which is from 4 to 5 for me, so it would be 9.
Oh, well, same difference.
I
only-
can live with that.
It's not an hour difference.
So I don't know if Sage is talking or something, but we can hear ourselves.
I think he might have taken off his headset and just fucked off.
Or it unplugged a little bit by accident, and now we can
It's
hear
possible.
ourselves.
Or he's watching someone. That might be it. Or
Oh, so he's into voyeurism.
maybe...
Who isn't?
Many people, me included.
Weirdos.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. After a
I agree with
while,
that sentiment.
whenever it comes to the old man, you know, he is
Slowly dissolved.
more or less just burnt away and dissolved. But he never lets go. It takes a bit.
Firebolt.
I think it's probably better.
Firebolt.
I believe it's best we don't let it. We slowly destroy
Firebolt.
him every time, rather than letting him just go into the water. So.
But
Just,
yeah.
I really wish someone had the time to disintegrate. You know, that would be good.
What level
Yeah.
spell
I
is
wish
that?
someone. I wish someone had like, you know, a
If
nice.
only we had that sword that I got at the start
You know
of the
what's
last
really
camp.
funny?
As the start of
One of the,
like almost at the start of Rin's last campaign.
Yeah, that's a good.
What's really funny
good
is one of
sword.
the Dragon Marks races. If you take the feat for it, you can have Mordenkainen's Magnificent Mansion at level 8.
Hell yeah.
That's some good shit.
So,
Disintegrate
really nice
6th
house.
level. Got it.
so yeah, we murder.
He
Stop
just.
murder. Said mercy.
It's actually is a mercy. But yeah.
Also, one last thing before I go, Rin. I assume my family kept a tree in the front yard specifically for the transport via plants.
More or less.
Parker, what race gets that, Mark?
It was one of the Dragon Marks sub-races for Eberron. I don't remember which one. Hold on.
From the Dragon Marks, then.
It's I think it I don't know if it's there by default, but it was on the list that Rin sent me when I was looking at stuff for a character.
Oh, that might be a feat. No, that might be the feat.
Yeah, it was one of the feats, but for that race specifically, for that sub race. It was like the Dragon Mark of Hospitality or whatever.
Ah, yes. The best dragon mark.
You get something by default, and then if you take it as a feat at level 8, then you get Mordenkainen's Magnificent Mansion.
Dragon mark feats are the best feats, but they're less dragon mark feats and more family features.
Yeah, I just think it's because like it makes sense for like as the hospitality one. Like it makes sense. It's just really funny to have a 7th level spell at level 8.
Yeah.
Either way, see you later.
See it.
I want a feat that lets me cast Wish, but all it does is give me 5 olives every time I cast Wish.
So you
What
get
race is
8
the
olives.
one the Mark of Hospitality? 'Cause I can't find
No, I
it.
don't want create olives, because create
But
olives would
I
probably
think
be
you talk
easily
about the old
counterspelled.
UA for Dragon Marks, which Rin has specifically, because they deleted that from everywhere because assholes.
Oh, I love my love dragon mark. Yes.
The original ones were great. Actually gave you good shit. Now,
Yeah.
now it's all fucking racial specific, and you have to start over and fucking. God.
Well, also dragon marks are always racial specific unless you're like me, and it doesn't make sense for it to be racial specific because they let anyone into the family because you marry.
It's racial specific in Eberron.
Yeah,
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
you can marry into any family, which would more or less, if you make that family happy, they'll give you the mark. If you're not,
It doesn't make sense though, because it's a mark. It's not DNA. Like what the fuck?
yeah. Well, no, in
You're not a sorcerer.
Eberron, it is DNA. You were born with that mark,
Maybe it's Maybelline.
It's a birthmark.
more or less.
Excuse me.
Gross.
I agree, dog.
Shut up, dog.
As time goes on, you all
We do it.
do reach. You know,
Did we have a package here? I think we did.
Nope.
it is to Terrell.
Ristilus.
Turl or Risky.
It's in Ristilus. Yeah, risky.
Okay.
But yeah, not him. Not yet.
Hey, yo, Ring, can I see that?
I will need to find it.
Yo, I could meet the best rune scribe.
Demaya.
Me? I'm great. At
Yes.
Listen, if the Arc Lich recommended a subpar rune scribe, oh well.
I hate to ask this again, but can I borrow 14 gold?
Sure.
Thank you.
I need money.
Did we pick up a package?
Not for here.
No.
You got paid. What are you talking about?
When did we get paid?
You didn't get paid because you got worked.
Zeke, did you not?
When did I get paid?
You not work? Were doing nothing for were you doing nothing for 3 months?
I was playing with toys.
Fuck.
It was a good time.
Anyways, I go buy a
I
thing.
wasn't teaching people to make guns, I promise.
Okay, if you're doing that, at least get paid for it though.
Oh. Yeah, I got paid, but still. I want more money.
Obviously, that's why you do work.
Yes, back down to 9 silver.
So no change.
Well, I had 6 gold before because I sold some gladiator armor and shit.
Where are we now?
Way north.
There.
Man,
Mhm.
Savant want to take a travel to the giant.
What's this place?
This is for art, so we can make a complaint.
Yeah.
Make a
Uh,
plane?
a
Make
complaint.
lodge a complaint.
Oh, actually, side note, Savant, you might like the guy we're gonna say.
Okay. So why are we making a plane?
We're not making a plane.
What's a plane? Plane of existence? Oh, that's cool.
I have notes for the owner of the Adventurers Guild that I feel like need to be implemented and are frustrating that they're not already. So,
Are we becoming
Place the
lobbyists?
Adventures Guild?
Are we delivering change now?
what? Change?
What's this? What?
What?
I would never deliver change. That's something that, you know,
We're delivering a change to the world.
that's
I don't understand
Oh,
your.
shit.
I don't understand this delivering thing.
I don't.
Why is that?
you know the Adventurers Guild. Start
Mhm.
all we got was delivery, get message, quests or some shit.
They have other quests.
So there's a. I know, but we never received any. Every time we went there, it was just
Rams
delivery.
mailing
It was
and
very
forwarding.
frustrating. And the rest of the group just kept leaning into it, and I was just being very frustrated. So, yeah.
Hey.
They do pay pretty well, though.
No, they don't.
They do?
They really fucking do. If you're a single man doing this, sure.
Most people are.
One moment.
That seems a bit, you know. Like
Shit, the Nazis are knocking on his door. Shit.
again. I'm gonna open my 2 boxes.
Yay. Oh, 2 of them. I love this. My favorite things.
Really?
Yes.
Didn't notice.
33. Alright. So out of the first box you just see thump, a single copper coin just lands in front of you.
Okay.
And for the other one, 28. Huh. A book materializes from the box as the box fades away in the dust. And more or less the book's just about a farm being taken over by animals.
Somebody else has gotten this book before.
Yep.
Probably. Okay.
Also,
Does it?
that copper coin does weigh 1 pound.
Is it magical?
Well, yes, it does have an enchantment on.
Identify.
I'm gonna open a box.
It is an enchantment that makes this coin weigh 1 pound extra. Just a pound. That's all.
Sweet.
That's all it is. You open your box,
I open a box.
roll it.
Let's roll.
D103.
I will go give the book to the next child I see on the way.
Oh wow!
So
Wowie!
are we on the island yet?
Yeah,
I'm
you
gonna-
are more or less
What's
getting
the
to
island like?
It is cold here. It is snowing. It is.
What
not
is the
pleasant.
average temperature?
The average temperature here, probably in the 20s
I require winter clothes.
20 what?
degrees
Fahrenheit.
Fahrenheit.
Cold, below freezing. Ridley's gonna spend most of his time inside near fire.
It now clicks why you all were sent on this fairly large ship. Because the ship's an icebreaker ship. You kind of hit some ice before getting to here. And the ship sailed right through it.
But did we make passage to the next place we're going to on the same ship?
You haven't asked.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Are you asking the person that's commanding
Captain.
this ship? I'm like,
Mhm.
we can.
Are you gonna be here for a day or so?
We'll be here for a few days. So,
Okay.
About 5 of them. Because we gotta restock. And we gotta drop off all the mail. We do a lot of delivering here.
I would assume so. That makes sense. But going there, I assume where you're taking them anyway. We could assist you if you need it.
Works there. In the sense, yeah, sure. We don't plan on going to Racilius, but we can, so.
Yeah, that is where we intend to go next. So if
It'll
you
probably,
could, that'd be
yeah, you probably might need it due to we're going through the Northern Isles, so you're gonna hit some ice.
okay.
Hey, yo, we got a Gillerson, yeah?
No,
Why
I
did you
thought so.
change to like a New York person?
busted.
I don't know, okay? Leave me alone. Because I'm tired. That's probably the reason. I'm gonna use that.
And for the 45, a flock of doves just fly out, and once they hit a certain height, fireworks. About 30 doves end up flying out. So just nice little firework pops.
Do I need to do the
I'm gonna go down to the coast. Hopefully where there's like no people. I'm gonna find an isolated spot
You do so.
and I'm going to line up all 31 achievement boxes I have,
Oh no.
and I'm gonna have them all tied up to one piece of rope.
It's happening.
Okay.
Before I pull it, I'd find the rest of. Well, I'd ask anybody, but mainly I'd find our group and say, "You want to see the fireworks happen?"
Fuck yeah. I'm gonna stand a bit back.
I have a blanket.
We might get a blanket.
I hope we just get 31
He's
or
just gonna grab a blanket
3,100
and wrap
feet of
himself
rope.
in it.
Now, I will tell you that there is a chance that you can get a blanket in the boxes.
Or 3,100 feet of rope.
Yeah,
There
to get a
is-
rope that we could use as a blanket. We just wrap it around you.
That's
Rip it.
true.
He
Could do that.
will grab a blanket and bring it with him. Keep himself.
What'd that box do?
I would also alert the local guards about what's about to happen.
They look at you and be like, every once in a while we get those boxes.
There's 31 about to go off.
We'll keep people away from the shore.
Wait, do you want to watch?
Okay.
No. A lot of bad or a lot of good could come from it.
Yeah, I'm staying back as well. I'm not stupid, but it's funny to watch.
Ribley is like 150 feet back from wherever this is happening,
Yeah.
sitting next to a small fire.
100 feet, I'd set like a viewing line for anyone who does come there.
Yeah, the guards keep people away because things like that could be dangerous. Like
Yeah.
the
Oh, so what came from
crabs.
my box? Because I
That was
spaced out.
that was the doves with the fireworks.
Okay.
So doves fly out, and once they reach a certain point, they all just explode into fireworks.
I give the copper piece to one of the guards as a tip. There you go. Free trouble.
Jesus. All right, say we have fucking coin. Give it to my daughter for a gag gift.
Well, that's what I just did to you, my dude.
Yeah, more or less.
It was good. Oh, that's fun.
I hope that coin becomes a local legend.
The pound coin.
From the stairs.
It becomes worth a silver.
A pound coin is pretty good. You get-
It
buy,
it
things for a pound
circulates the local market worth a silver.
Like, Jesus.
Well,
All right, pull
slash
the.
roll 31D 103.
Yes. Oh, ooh, I see.
38, 16, 78, 39, 26, 20, 10.
All right. So,
Oh, 102. 2 sevens. A 9.
Coin.
so with the 38,
Currency checks.
a set of bagpipes just fly out of that box.
And I assume this is all happening at once.
Well, it's
Okay.
just slow, just so
Yeah, that-
one
it would happen
after the
in
other at the
sequence,
other. Yeah,
technically, so there would be like seconds in between.
yeah. So that's why we're going through each individually. So just write down what you end up getting, because
Yeah, you need to make notes for this one.
bagpipes. Roll a d6, please.
Bagpipes.
I'll just start filing some wood, some shaving, preparing.
All right, you see a single antiacid,
You mean antacid?
or whatever.
No, it's an anti-acid, so if you throw this in a vial of acid, it would make it neutral.
Antacid. There you go. Antacid. Shush.
Nullifies acid, it's great.
Stomach acid.
Someone does acid splash, you just throw it out there.
Alright. A
Catch.
single antacid.
Mm-hmm.
A harmonica.
That's pretty good.
Okay, I can be a bard now.
You could.
You have 2 instruments.
A live pony. So a horse
mouth.
just materializes. Just-
I'm just getting sad.
A potion of healing flops out. Uh, 4 + 1 arrows.
So 5. Oh no, 4. Okay. Oh my god. Listen. Okay.
Dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Listen.
Why is there a wheeze?
4 + 1 arrows. So 5.
Oh, would it not be 8 though?
Oh, shut up.
Oh my god. I imagined you rolled a d4 and then just added 1. Okay, moving on.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, fuck. Jesus.
Oh.
So we
A-
just sell that, it's just saying.
A pencil. A normal number 2 pencil.
Wait, like actual number 2 pencil?
It's
Yeah.
this world equivalent.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna put it to trash.
A long sword flies out and just.
Does it stab into the pony?
No. It's very close, though.
Yeah, that probably would have set them like 1 foot apart.
Put it in a cluster all together.
A bulk of papers just fly out.
A what?
A bulk of papers, so just a little bit of paper. Just.
Like 50 pages, 100 pages,
It'd be like
Fine.
15.
Normal paper. It's
15
not for
pages. Okay,
like,
just bulk of
magic.
paper.
This is
Okay.
just paper. It does have writing on it. So.
Oh.
Ooh. 38. Again.
We get another bagpipe?
Yeah. Another set of bagpipes. 9.
9.
A small little box flies out containing firecrackers. a small box of firecracker.
39.
39. Another pony.
84.
Oh, please say we get a mini cart. Mini cart.
Ooh,
Mini cart.
that's pretty good. A scroll plops out.
Ooh. Plopping scroll, my favorite. kind.
19.
This being a scroll of silent image. 19 is a bag of Chex Mix.
Oh!
What
87.
kind? Just normal?
Bold.
Hmm.
Savory.
A bag of 20 rats.
Nice. 70.
They're alive.
Oh!
Oh no, the Chex Mix.
70. They may get into the Chex Mix if they get out. 2 healing potions. Ooh.
69.
1,000 ants. Just all crawl out at once.
Some of these seem more detrimental than useful.
Mm-hmm. They get into the
100
Chex Mix.
101.
Ooh. A silk choker trimmed with Aranim. Worth 100 gold pieces.
And whom?
Aranim. Ermine? Ermine. Ermine? Ermine.
75.
A tomato.
7.
7.
Come on, lucky number.
Roll a d20.
Uh-oh.
You gain
12.
12 gold pieces.
Okay, 59.
A pound of prunes.
53.
A laxative. It's a pretty strong laxative.
Okay, 66.
66. A dagger. Carved in a rune carved dagger.
A room carved dagger.
Shush.
Oh yeah, I got one of them.
Is it the god killing dagger?
That was the
Yeah.
66, right?
Yes.
Okay, 54.
A taco.
7 again.
Just saying, one of the ponies starts eating the tacos. Eats the tacos. Just saying.
Does that pony then die?
No, eats a taco.
Roll a d20 for gold again.
Yep.
1
gold
gold.
Ah.
21.
A spell bead of resistance. A spell resistance.
93.
Ooh, y'all got this at the very beginning of the game. 15 different colored and patterned bandanas. Y'all got that at the very beginning. How do I remember that? I don't know. But I do.
Okay, 75.
I remember getting something similar,
Another
like
potato.
almost at the beginning as well.
Yeah, it was
Potato or tomato?
a tomato.
50.
A blanket that always smells like cheese. You got the
There you go.
blanket. I'm surprised you actually got it.
102.
A painted glass mask. It kinda looks like a clown's face. Worth 100 gold pieces.
And the last one is
I think you-
22.
A live chicken. Just flies out and just looks at you.
I think he might have made a profit, all in all.
I don't remember how much money I spent on these.
Well, you have a few things that are worth 100.
I know
Like
I
five
got
of
it. I got at least 213 gold, and then 3 healing potions. So worth.
Also, donkeys. You can sell those. Also,
Ponies.
They were ponies.
What's
Well,
that?
Not donkeys.
First off, I would probably chuck the bag of rats like
Into
down
the
the
ocean.
shoreline.
Into the ocean. And nope.
I levitate the bag of rats as far as I can into the ocean.
Squeak, 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 squeak.
That seems kind of mean.
Drip,
That's
squeak.
really mean.
I'm pretty sure you can use levitate to move it up and down.
Yeah, you can't go outwards.
Well, you can levitate it up, and then you just chuck it as it flies going one direction.
Strong savant.
Might as well just kill them.
I don't
you
know what to do with the ants.
The ants have already spread out. There was no container
Okay.
for
The ants have started their own colony.
Wait, did we not get any rope?
Nope.
No
The
rope.
fuck?
And then
I'm
I
gonna
would-
open. I want to
I
open my two. My
I will
two
ritual
remaining-
cast the detect magic, and then go over everything and make sure nothing's crazy.
So you
I can
do
assist you with that if you want.
learn that the blanket is enchanted to smell like cheese.
Okay, bagpipes,
Not-
Magic?
Not magic.
antacid, magic,
Nope. It's a
harmonica,
Normal.
live ponies,
Normal.
potions of healing.
They're potions of healing.
Okay, the +1, the 5 arrows.
They are no. No, the 4 + 1 arrows are 4 + 1 arrows.
Okay, a pencil,
It's like 100 gold though.
It's a
The
pencil.
arrows. Just
long sword,
Longsword is a normal longsword.
the bulk of papers as I read them.
They are actually answers to a
Oh,
Dragon
some
Maskin-
random test.
Dragon
Yeah.
Maskin standardized test.
Small box-
Ripley recognized these as a literal test that you have to take to pass to go to school.
small box of firecrackers.
They are
I think I did well on this one.
they are firecrackers.
The scroll of
open it up,
silent
you make a
image.
profit.
It's a scroll of silent
So
image.
I don't think I went
The
to
what
school.
remains of the bag of Chex Mix.
It doesn't exist anymore. The ants got to it real quick.
Bag of rats don't exist anymore. 2 healing potions.
They're healing potions.
Are the ants that are still in range magic?
No, they are just normal black ants.
Is the silk choker worth 100 gold pieces?
It is as crazy as it is.
It's magic.
It
You
is
said
not magic.
it's 100 gold pieces. You said
The 2 tomatoes.
The 2 tomatoes are magic.
Oh,
so
what's up?
eat them.
How about the pound of prunes?
They are prunes.
The 13 gold pieces I got.
They are not magic at all. They're just gold.
Well, the laxatives.
The 1 laxative,
Yeah.
not magical at all, but it is highly advanced whenever it comes to laxative. You don't know why you know this, but you do.
Rune carved dagger.
It is magical.
What remains of the taco inside the life pony?
It was magical.
Spell bead of resistance.
It is a spell bead of resistance.
The 15 different colored bandanas.
They're cool looking bandanas.
Is one of them magic?
Nope,
The glass mask.
not magic.
And a live chicken.
It's a chicken.
Okay, that's everything.
Not a magic crockle
Do you want help identifying those things?
or a magic cockle.
I would identify the things that were randomly magic, like the tomatoes.
The tomato, alright. The tomato is an endless tomato. As long as you eat it like an apple.
Fucking useless then.
Infinite food.
As
God,
long
does
as you eat the tomato
What it-
like an
What
apple.
if you take a slice off it?
The magic immediately goes away.
Okay, we should throw him away, right? Where's it? Savant useless to us.
I'm gonna
Can
sell
I have the
this
tomato?
stuff. Sure.
I like tomato.
Sure, he can have the other one.
Delicious.
I'm sure I could have sold this to a starving person and made money, but
Yeah, see.
Sucks like them.
Yeah. Sucks to be
uh,
kobolds can eat cold.
Sucks.
Dagger, I already have six daggers. I have the same one. It just can't pierce anything mortal.
Ridley does just start eating the tomato.
What if you stab the tomato?
Do you
Well-
stab a tomato?
I would go and I'd ask the. Well, first we should probably do his boxes before or
Yes.
her boxes.
Yeah, I'm doing my 2 remaining box.
With a 45, you get more fireworks from the doves.
Yeah, it's the same one. Huh.
And you get a vial of acid.
Oh, sweet. I'll put that on the acid.
It explodes.
Yes, now I have 4 vials of acid.
Time to drink them all.
Okay, what to add to my loot? I'm gonna
Chug,
add
chug,
the
chug, chug.
No,
laxative.
that shit's expensive.
Hey, someone, do you want the scroll, Simon Newman?
At least want to scribe it. If do
Okay.
I have?
was really
Assuming
bad
I
at
don't have it, and assuming I can learn silent.
You can. It is one of your spells that you can learn, if I remember correctly.
It is a wizard.
Yes, wizard.
I might need your help on making something at some point.
I will eventually get around to scribing them. That doesn't just. Does that
Yeah, we'll
destroy?
just, yeah, we'll destroy the spells, the scroll. But you have it and you can make more scrolls. So, if you have calligraphers.
Okay, so none of us use a bow, so I can sell the arrows.
You'll get a bit of money for those.
I would try and sell the 2 ponies.
Oh, you walk around. Can I help him assist him doing this? Like find a little girl with
I'd find his stable
fairly rich-looking
master.
dad.
Ask him if he wants the ponies.
No, we find the young girl with a rich dad. He wants a pony. Let me
If I
get
can
more-
find one of those.
Yeah.
Walk in the
Roll-
streets. Investigation.
Yeah, it'd be investigation just to hunt around.
I'm assisting him with this because
Assisting.
yeah. So you get brother gun. There you go.
Yeah, you could find a little girl. Right. Looks like a well-off dad.
Okay. I would ask him if she'd want a pony.
Dad, can I please?
Yours for 5 silver.
No. You fucking
I don't want the ponies.
right, but we get more money.
Listen, if you want to negotiate the price, feel free. I just want them off my
But
hand.
the thing is, it's his horses. He can pay what he wants.
Okay, I'm his financial advisor, so
Can we
Fine.
call a break? I'm gonna go eat steak.
I'm currently just selling a horse.
We're currently just selling off this
Okay,
loose
so
scrap.
y'all do that. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go eat steak, and if we're still good after, keep going.
So, sir, I assume you've got a few ponies, right?
No,
You don't?
no.
Oh,
Here.
I'm sorry.
It's a rare commodity.
Very around here, I feel like it is.
Why would we?
Look at
Horses
your
are
daughter's
meant-
face right
Takes
now.
a longing glance at the
Look at-
daughter.
Look at your daughter's face. She's glowing right now with excitement.
I could get her a war horse. She'll grow up.
This pony could grow up with her.
So you know a pony is a small horse, right?
Mm-hmm.
It will grow.
They don't grow to the size of a war horse.
They might. You don't know.
I know that they don't.
This one might. These ponies, right, came out of a box. We don't know what could happen.
Those fucking things.
Mythical ponies. I understand.
They're not mythical. They
They
just
come out of a magical box.
yeah, it happens every once in a while.
That's pretty mythical to me, sir.
Like once
Pretty mythical.
every blue moon, someone wakes up with one of those boxes.
Yeah.
They open
yeah.
it, and sometimes they get a pony.
Well, I've got a great deal for you, sir. 550 for both of them.
550, hell no.
No, 50. Sorry, I misspoke. I'm sorry, sir. 50 for both.
35.
40.
Roll persuasion.
I'll help. Help.
Sweet.
How are you helping?
I'd give him
waiting for it.
sad puppy dog robot eyes.
No,
That's not gonna work.
no.
That's so an 11.
You're right. You don't have that upgrade.
I give him anime eyes. Goo. So an 11 instead of 16. Yes, yeah, that's not gonna work. Yeah, no, 35. I'll pay you a little bit extra because they're harder to find. Yeah, that's it.
A little bit extra.
A little.
You get one for free, basically.
No, 35 for both.
That's what I'm saying.
I know how much a pony is.
Yeah. So I'm saying you basically get one for free.
He does have to raise it.
So,
That's true.
are you saying, yeah,
36.
35.
No. 35, final offer.
35 and 5 silver.
No,
I'd say you could have the ponies
It's a
Oh,
hard
for
one.
35.
that works. There you go, darling.
You can have 15 of the gold art since you did all the talking.
I don't want to be honest.
Okay.
I just like to hang. So.
It's one thing in life that he's really good at the haggle.
I'm okay with it.
Congrats, you're back.
Did you miss me?
No. Dude, I was sleeping and reading the entire time you've been gone, so literally I would not have even noticed.
How much can I sell 2 bagpipes and a harmonica for?
Nothing, because bagpipes are trash.
Who's the one that actually talks to me?
Actually, I might buy those bagpipes off of you. You got bagpipes?
Hey, who's the,
Yeah,
who's
2
the
of
one
them.
that was talking to me the other day?
That was Goose.
Goose, which one's that? No, I thought that was
Tech
Tech
Goose.
Priest.
Well, Goose is Tech Priest.
He was the one talking to
250.
me.
One moment.
Watch me.
What's his
take
name about the
thing
phone?
fucking all up in one night.
I'm
No.
gonna go grab chips.
I gotta look at the price of bagpipes 'cause I can't remember off the top of my
It's the same price as a pony.
head. Really? No, not gonna happen.
So,
Oh, fuck.
quick question. Is
Hang on.
anything else gonna happen this session other than selling this shit off?
I'll say probably not. Probably not.
I'm
yeah,
just
it's
gonna go fucking sleep.
It's been late, so enjoy.
Good night.
Good night. No. I'll pay you 25. The horses are alive and willing.
25 for 1 then.
That works, yeah, 25 for one. I just want the one. I don't need
Yeah.
2.
2 bagpipes?
I don't need 2
Yeah.
unless you want to take
Yeah, and
25 for both.
Sure.
Done deal. Let's shake on it. He gives you 25 gold for 2 bagpipes.
Just
How about
25
a
gold for
harmonica?
1. 25
How
gold for 1, he said. So 25 gold for 1.
No, he said, I'd say 25
As a
gold for
financial
both.
advisor, I can't let that happen. So
Well, he shook on it. There's no taking
did.
it back.
I put my hand in between.
He flips, slaps your hand a little bit. No. Done deal.
Get a slap in face.
Like, no.
Roll initiative.
The big burly barbarian man. Sure. You're in the Northern Isles. This is the worst place to get to a brawl. Fucking the daughter probably has 1 level in barbarian, so.
I feel like neither of us at this point are being serious anyway. So
How about a harmonica?
I don't
maybe your daughter might want one.
give you a gold for it.
Deal.
Alright. A deal. Whoa! Here you go, daughter. You can have a harmonica. Don't play it at night. Or in the house.
Do you like firecrackers?
Not really.
Okay,
Why
can
not?
sell this somewhere else.
It's not my toy of choice.
Toy.
It's a toy.
What's the fence?
Like how a bomb is a toy.
Oh yeah, and then I'd pull out, since he seems to be pretty well off, I'd see if he's interested in the silk choker or the painted glass mask.
That kinda looks weird. What the hell is that?
Which
Weird,
one?
weird thing being the mask and the choker is pointing at is what the hell is that?
It's rare commodities from exotic places.
Roll deception.
Uh,
I give him a look, confused.
Alright. Alright.
I mean, they are exotic. I can say that for sure.
There's no proof of that.
He buys into it.
Yeah, he dies to it. I'm just standing there confused by that statement you made. I'm like, what are you talking about? Fucking nonsense.
What type of exotic?
Different countries, odds and ends from antique stores that are hidden
You're not
across
lying
the
on that
warp.
one.
Question: what is this man, racial-wise?
He is a fairly large looking human. He looks human. So
Right.
he looks different. His eyes are stranger than
Can
what
I
a human should
try
be.
and gauge what he could be?
Just roll intelligence. Isn't really a zoology, not zoology,
Yo,
the alien
does
one.
he? Yo,
Be
does
like
he look like a
Canadian
part
medicine.
giant?
Looks kinda. He's
He
large.
looks part giant.
He looks, in a sense, his eyes are red, like the iris is red, and he is built massive. He's a bit taller than the average man, as
Not
in
bad.
he's 7 foot, 8 foot. He's a tall man, but you also, most people around here are tall on the taller side. You know, I'm not well built. This guy's just more so and more so on tall and well built. Look, he might be giant born in the sense of somewhere along his family line there was a bit of giant in him, or they were a bit inside of a giant.
I'd ask him if he'd want to, if he's interested in taking these rare curios off my hand. If not, would he know somewhere I could sell them?
Sell him what anyway, I guess. How much you wanting for him?
Well, I personally got these for let's say 125 gold, but for you, I'd let them go off for 100 apiece.
That's at a loss, but I'll take it.
I'm just looking for a buyer. I've held on to them.
That works for me. I'll buy
But yeah,
them for
they're very,
100.
very fragile. He doesn't want to risk breaking them. We travel a lot, you see.
Sure, I'll go ahead and buy them. Not that bad of a purchase, at least in my eyes.
Also, question, Rin, were the whiskey barrels 250 each?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure. Because I bought them for 240 because I'm amazing. Words.
Yeah, you were able to get them at a little bit of a discount because we're
Also, you seem to be, good at spending money. You want some whiskey?
What type of whiskey?
From dwarves.
Might have a get a sample.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait. If you, yeah, I'll show you where.
It's from Uthars, if you might know that place.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I got
Yeah.
friends there. All right. I'll go and give you some directions. You can find me at my home. He gives you some directions. It's the large house. It's where a good portion of my family lives. It's more like a walled off area in the town. So you go there and the rest of my family's home there. So you can find us there. And I'll have the guardsmen look out for you.
Well,
Question: Do you?
thanks-
Does your family have anything to do with the Adventurers Guild?
Yeah.
Fuck. Okay,
My
I'll be coming there
grandpa
anyway.
runs there, so.
Okay. I'm curious if I could set up a meeting with him.
I could try. I know. I can tell you how to get to him instantly. You know that whiskey?
Yeah. Yes, that was my intention.
Yeah, that's
I
a
was
good.
gonna sell 40 you and give him one. You know.
That works. I could toss one at him. He'll love it. I'll tell him it's from a metal man, golden and all.
Yeah, I knew. I was pretty sure that would help.
Oh, it would.
From what I know about him.
He
So.
likes his whiskey quite a bit.
well, that's the last of my weird stuff he'd probably buy. So I'd say thank you for your time, Mister. Have a good day, young lady. Walk off.
She does a curtsy and he just nods his head a little bit. And she
And-
walks off with her horses. And he gives you 200 gold, more or less, for the 2 random bits.
And then the rest of the stuff I can sell at a blacksmith.
Pretty much.
How much is a longsword and 4 + 1 arrow sell for?
+1 arrows, they will
They're
They'll-
25 each normally to buy.
normally, so they'll
They're 100.
give you a 60 for the
60.
arrows. 60 gold.
Listen to.
Longsword.
Longsword, you will.
How much does the longsword sell for?
They're willing to give you 15 for the longsword.
It's pretty good.
So
So this is how Savon makes money.
I'd ask Art if he
More or
wants another rune carved dagger.
Actually, yeah, I could, because I was going to use one to research and see if I could figure out how it's made and stuff. So having a spare one wouldn't be bad.
Figure out the wackest shit enchantment that's on
Yeah.
it.
And then trying to add it to other shit. So make god-killing weapons.
I probably would have given the Ripley the blanket that smells like cheese.
Ribley likes it. I will say he likes it. For he is not here. And he does.
15 different colored bandanas.
Are you gonna go into sewing? Just gonna sew them together? Be like, I made this blanket.
You should just give them to random people.
You know what? I'll go around giving out bandanas and a pound of prunes.
But, oh, this matches your eyes. Here you go.
People will happily accept the random bandana giver. And the old lady accepts the bag of prunes. Ooh,
Oh,
this
they
is
match
gonna-
my skin.
This is going to help my problems I got.
And then one kid, I would I'd find the most mischievous looking kid and I would have given him the small box of firecrackers.
You evil man.
So, overall, from my adventure, I've gotten 25 plus 35 plus 1 plus 200 plus 13 plus 60 plus 15 gold pieces, 3 potions of healing, spell bead of resistance, and a silent image.
Winning.
I think I spent something like 250 on these, so worth
Well, I
it.
think it was either like 10 or 5 or 10 per, I think.
I think it was 10.
Something like that.
No, it probably helped I rolled that 101 and 102.
Well, you got 30 something, so down it was 10. You spent 250.
Oh, calculate. I'm
Well,
add all this up.
they also might have cut a deal with him for buying so fucking many. Because who the fuck buys these things?
Who doesn't buy these things?
People who
They're
want
the
profit
They're the fools.
People that
Pretty
want
much
to profit
every
or
time I've opened one, I've got something that's
Guaranteed
worth
money
$100.
versus something random. or-
versus the possibility of crabs
1,000
attacking.
Versus the possibility of 1,000
They're like
ants in your
scratch
house.
cards, basically. There's a good chance you're going to win 100 gold.
There's a chance. You could make money or you could drastically die. But, you know,
That's not happened yet.
a lot of crabs could kill someone.
Well, that's their fucking fault for being so weak. They're crabs.
Commoner.
I don't give a shit. They're fucking crabs. You could just kick them.
I got 349 gold pieces.
If you're dying to crabs, you've got serious fucking issues with your life, and you should be dead. You know? Fucking Jesus. Or you're a child, but, you know, then your parents should be protecting you, and it's their parents' fault.
Unless you're a child that got the achievement box and didn't tell anyone.
It's
Still parents' fault.
10 gold per platinum, right? Not 100.
Yep.
Okay, so just divide this number by 10.
10 times.
120.
A child gets
Watch
the
me.
gladiator's kit.
Take a good thing and fuck it all up in one night.
That's
You
how it becomes a
fucking
fight.
filter And goose. Who else? Who else is on here?
Well, that was worth it.
Who's that?
Yeah.
I don't even have to buy healing potions now.
Bertrand's a bitch now.
Buying healing potion. You have salve. What do you want healing?
Healing potions are bonus actions.
He's gonna-
They could be.
yeah.
Oh, you're awake.
No, I dragged him in here.
That makes sense.
And I'm also holding on to that laxative for
I don't care about your new
Good.
shoes.
good times.
What would you do to us though? That's a real question.
It's probably gonna hurt you a lot more than it's gonna hurt me.
What the
No, the small hand axe I have in my hand.
okay.
But yeah. In that time, you now know where the giant is. At least the leader of the Adventurers Guild and
Go
his
back to the
family.
boat and start setting up the deliveries because I'm sure they've unloaded all the shit that get taken up there.
More or less, yeah.
They
It
haven't
takes a
unloaded
good
all
little
the
bit because there is a
barrels.
considerable amount of stuff.
Yeah.
But it'll
Just
take a
add
bit.
barrels to that and then just help them take it up.
And I guess we'll call the session here. Just because
Yeah.
there just isn't a lot of people. Oh, Ryo's online now, so.
Oh, that's good.
Stimulated
But yeah.
and I'm sad. Don't
Session
expect
end.
you